lines cross, that's when the stock market seems to react when it comes to pricing those issues in.
And so I'm looking right now, for example, just going back to hospitals quickly, the labor expenses have risen 26% year over year, according to one study. So a real bifurcated picture when it comes to the pace of wage increases depending on the industry. I guess the question, Kriti, is how much of the wage increases have we already seen? Can employees have the power, the negotiating power to go in with their managers in their review sessions and demand a 9% increase in cost of living, a raise, rather than, say, a 3%, which was more the norm over the past decade?
Yeah, well, one of the main pieces of advice, I mean, this is just coming from general career advice that I've gotten, and I'm just going to anecdotally speak to this very quickly, is that when you move from country to country or from state to state, you have to adjust for inflation, and that's essentially the conversation that a lot of employees are having with employers. But what's getting tricky here is that you're also seeing this mass kind of migration out of a lot of these urban centers to places like Atlanta, to Dallas, to Austin, even to Chicago, for example, out of New York, out of California, out of DC, and that's also playing a role here, because then you kind of have to find this balance between inflation, the effect on real wages, but then also this kind of mass migration and adjusting to the cost of living in perhaps states that aren't as expensive to live in as, say, New York or as California. So once again, there is kind of these very strange labor dynamics, a lot of things that they have to price in, but at the moment, to your point, Lisa, it doesn't seem like these employers really have a ton of pricing power, because at the end of the day, they seem more desperate for those employees, and therefore you are seeing this kind of emergence of unions, of that ability to negotiate those wages. And back to really my chart of the day, that's why these numbers keep climbing and climbing.
Pretty, thank you. As always, pretty good daily, Monday to Friday, about 7:45 Eastern Time. Just here's some news from the Sydney Morning Herald. I'll read this one out for you, Tom. Czech tennis player Renata Garikova has been detained by Australian Border Force officials and asked to leave the country. A source familiar with the case said the Czech player was vaccine exemption on the basis she had been infected with COVID-19 in the last 6 months. Tom, the understands this was the same visa used by Novak Djokovic. So the Novak Djokovic, Tom, getting some additional news going into the weekend and into next week. And on Monday, we should hear a little bit more on Mr. Djokovic's case.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a busy weekend on this pandemic. I believe Djokovic right now can leave Australia. There's some debate about whether he detained or he just decided to leave. I'm not quite sure. What I know, John, it's been an extraordinary week. We're going into the jobs report here in 35 minutes. And one of the things, John, on a Friday here, and I'm sorry, I go back to that wonderful child's book, A Snowy Day. A snowy day in Paris is absolutely it's not like London, it's certainly not like New York. A Friday in Paris with snow like Lisa has.
Would you like to comment, Lisa?
And I never had such a feeling of complete and utter
Not the romantic holiday, but thank you, Tom. I appreciate it.
Just in case you're tuning in, the audience weren't aware of that, Lisa. Thank you. The update when someone points out what Tom's doing, please let us know. Tom King, Lisa Ramos, and Jonathan Ferro.
Motel 6 has never looked better.
Your equity market up at 10. Payroll, 34 minutes.
When it comes to trimming your balls, you've got to level up your game.
The brand new Lawnmower 4.0. The 4.0 has advanced ceramic blades with skin-safe technology. This helps reduce nicks and cuts.
We don't want any snippy snags on our keyboards.
The hair is just flying off. The fruit's not getting cut. Is this how I'm going to have to eat every kiwi from now on?
The Lawnmower 4.0 is awesome waterproof.
You can tackle your groin really confidently with no mess.
The Lawnmower 4.0 has a powerful 7,000 RPM motor.
It's got an all-new wireless charging system. You can see there's no port on here. You just drop it into the base.
Same light that we know and love.
Gotta get underneath that deep crevices and them dark spots.
It's better than my fuchsia, that's for sure.
This bad boy right here can give you up to 90 minutes on a full charge.
Lot of nut trimmage in that time.
Just when you're thinking, wait, that's it. Well, no, look, the weed whacker.
Sometimes there's a couple of nose hairs, and it's good to go.
That's airflow, baby.
Manscaped really has got you covered from head to toe and for the holes in between.
Get the ultimate Manscaped experience when you purchase their all-new Performance Package 4.0 book.
Inside this package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner.
Hit that scrotum, whoo.
And then you also get 2 free gifts. A shed travel bag, which is awesome. I use it all the time. And you also get some of their amazing boxes.
That's what she told me. Turn your magic on. To me,
Most guys get serious eye bags as they get older. But most guys don't do anything about it. Because most guys don't really understand skincare. They think it's too expensive and they don't believe that anything actually works. But here's the thing. Most guys are wrong. Because there are actually a few ways to reduce your eye bags, and one of the easiest is the Particle 6-in-1 face cream. Actually works really well. And most guys actually can afford it. Because it's 6-in-1 formula means you're getting 6 products packed into one. Just wash your face and then massage in Particle for 30 seconds. Before you know it, you're looking younger than, well, most guys. Now, most guys don't really believe any of this. Here's the thing. You see, Particle has a 30-day money-back guarantee.
It looks like things are going well.
Gonna hold up high the sky and say, me I owe me. I feel my heart beating. I feel my heart underneath my skin. Oh, I feel my heart beating. You make me feel
From businesses most
like
influential
I'm alive again.
Bloomberg Wall Street Week premieres Friday with replays all weekend on Bloomberg Television and Radio.
It bounces on crap for institutional so we have the news there and really we're going to step by step electrify everything. And what does that
Turn
mean?
your magic on.
Combustion engines get electrified.
Me she'd say
It's really a reminder, isn't it, just how sensitive the
everything you
markets are
want
to
to
any
dream
commentary about trade. We did see some pressure in yuan, we did see
under
some
this pressure, under these weight. We are diamonds taking shape. We are diamonds taking shape. If we only got this right, this adventure all that night. And if we only got this light, you get me through. Never know how much I love you. I never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I got a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, a fever when you hold me tight, a fever in the morning, a fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up in the night. I love when you call my name, and you know I'm gonna treat you right. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, a fever in the morning, a fever all through the night. Everybody's got the fever, that is something you all know. Fever isn't such a new thing, fever started a long time ago. babe, you're my flame. You gave the fever when we kissed it. A fever with a flaming yes. A fever, I'm on fire. A fever, yeah, I burn for sure. Captain Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, Daddy, oh, don't you care? He gives me fever with his kisses, a fever when he holds me tight, a fever I'm his missus. Daddy, won't you treat me right? Now you've listened to my story. Here's the point that I have made. Chicks were born to keep the fever, be a Fahrenheit or a centigrade. They give you fever when you kiss them, a fever if you leave them burn, a fever until you see someone. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn. Oh, what a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn.
One of these nights.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Craig Connolly and welcome to my studio.
What turns on your lights? The full moon is calling, the fever is high, and the wicked wind whispers and moans. You got your demons, you got your desires, but I got a few of my own.
Ooh, someone to be kind to in between the dark and the light. Oh, you coming right behind you. Swear I'm gonna find you one of these nights.
One of these dreams, one of these lost and lonely
cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. I only wanted one time to see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain, purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you bathing in the purple rain. I don't want to be your weekend lover. I don't want to be some kind of friend. Baby, I could never steal you from another. It's such a shame our friendship had to end. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you underneath the purple rain. Honey, I know times are changing. It's time we all reach out for something new. That means you too. You say you want a leader, you can't seem to make up your mind. I think you better close it. Let me guide you to the purple rain, purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. You know what I'm thinking, but up here, come raise your hand.
Come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. You don't know how lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me your secrets, ask me your questions. Let's go back to the start. Running in circles, chasing our tail. heads on a science apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Let's go back to the start. I was just guessing numbers and figures, pulling the puzzles apart. Questions of science, science and progress do not speak as loud as my heart. So tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. I wanna rush to the start, running in circles, chasing our tails, coming back as we are. Nobody said it was easy. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be this hard. Let's go back to the start. It's such a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. Nobody said it was easy. Running in circles, chasing our tails, heads on a science apart. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you I set you apart. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Won't you come see about me? I'll be alone dancing, you know it, baby. Tell me your troubles and doubts, giving me everything inside and out. And love's strange, surreal in the dark. Think of the time, the things that we're walking on. Slow change may pull us apart. When the light gets into your heart, baby, don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. Will you stand above me? Look my way, never love me. Rain keeps falling down, down, down. down. Could you recognize me? Call my name, I'll come by. Rain keeps falling, rain keeps falling down, 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 down. Hey, 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 hey. Ooh, don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. As you walk on by, would you call my name? As you walk on by, would you call my name? When you walk away, I said la 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 la. No, 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 no.
I'm in my bed, and you're not here, and there's no one to blame but the drink in my wandering hand. Forget what I said, it was not what I meant. Oh, but I can take it back. I can unpack the baggage you left.
What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling again. I'm falling again. I am falling.
You said you cared, and you missed me too. Yes, you did. And I'm well aware I write too many songs about you. And the coffee's out at the Beachwood Cafe, and it kills me 'cause I know we ran out of things we can say.
What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling again. I'm falling again. I'm falling. What if I'm down? What if I'm out? What if I'm someone you won't talk about? I'm falling again. I'm falling again. I'm falling.
And I get the feeling that you'll never need me again.
What am I now? from someone you won't talk about. I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling. Oh no, I see a spider web, it's tangled up with me, and I lost my head. I thought of all the stupid things I said. Oh no, what's this? A spider web and I'm caught in the middle. So I turn to run. The thought of all the stupid things I've done. And I never meant to cause you trouble. And I never meant to do you wrong. And well, if I ever cause you trouble, oh no, I never meant to do you harm. Oh no, I see a spider web and it's me in the middle. So I twist and turn. Here I am in my little bubble, singing out I never meant to cause you trouble. And I never meant to do you wrong. And well, if I ever caused you trouble, oh no, I never meant to do you wrong. They spun a web for me. They spun a web for me. They spun a web for me. You know you love me, I know you care. Just shout whenever and I'll be there. You want my love, you want my heart, and I will never ever be apart. But reuniting, girl, quit playing. We're just friends, what are you saying? Said there's another look right in my eyes. My first love broke my heart for the first time, and I was like, baby, 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 ooh, oh, baby, 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 ooh, baby, 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 ooh. Thought you'd always be mine. For you, I would And I just can't believe we ain't together. And I wanna play it cool, but I'm losing you. I'll buy you anything, I'll buy you any ring. And I'm in pieces, baby fix me. And just shake me till you wake me from these bad dreams. I'm going down, down, down. And I just can't believe my first love won't be around. I'm like, baby, 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 ooh.
Ahead of the key non-farm payrolls number for December, we're seeing North American stock futures a little changed. Just out here, guys, big miss. 199,000 jobs in December versus 400,000 expected. We actually saw as high as 422 expected as well. But there it is, 199,000 jobs for December versus 400 expected. Unemployment rate yet to populate here. You can see 4.1% expected for the unemployment rate, but that's a big miss heading into Friday's trade. Possibility of more negativity coming here for the market. We'll have a look at the overall market here coming up, but I mean, as we come off of yesterday's choppy session, we were down, we were up, we ended the day kind of flat overall for all three U.S. markets. We'll see what happens here after that number is out. Tech and growth were under pressure again yesterday as the U.S. 10-year rose to 1.75 on Thursday, well above the 1.51 high that we hit last week. Back towards 52-week highs as well for the U.S. 10-year. We'll have a look at DWAC, obviously. Trump media-related stocks back on the move. Funware as well up here in the pre-market after big moves yesterday late in the day. An Apple App Store listing suggesting February 21st. Truth Media will come to market. So we'll talk about DWAC here. GameStop as well. Big move after market plans, apparently, for an NFT marketplace coming for GameStop. It's Friday, January 7th, 2022. TraderTV.live starts now.
I ran a long, long way from home to find a heart that's made of stone.
Yeah, so back to the downside here. The futures in negative territory. There was a bit of a spike higher, actually, up to 4,700, but we are back in the red ever so slightly for the S&P. Yeah, big miss there, guys. 199,000 versus 422,000 on the December non-farm payrolls. A little bit of selling pressure coming back into the market. Maybe this means the Fed might have to pump the brakes a little bit on some of their action. But back to the downside here, guys, for this for the futures.
Yeah, I mean, initial reaction up, and then all the times you get the number, it's like it goes one way, then it comes back the other. Obviously, that number is vastly different from a somewhat popular financial Twitter handle that had it beating quite big as their note this morning, or as their early look. Yeah, so a big miss. I tend to think, look, right now the Fed is kind of thinking about what the labor markets are doing in the recovery with regards to how fast they can taper. So in some ways, I guess this could be seen as good for the market. We are down now slightly. Look, we're going to be talking about, we're going to be trading them today. You already see I'm in DWAC. It's just, the volume's not nearly as big as I thought. I thought I'd come in and be trading half a million shares. But that 55 over yesterday actually held up on a dip, so I'm long at a 57 in front of it, and we'll see what happens. The open GameStop is back into play. A big level up at the top there, 158 current high, 160 on the daily. So we got some momentum to work with. Good numbers out of some chip makers in Europe. I think we can play off of that as well over here. So it's going to end the week off in exciting territory, I do think. And hopefully the market can hold up. That's a pretty big miss. But some of those numbers have been, I guess, not as accurate. There's a lot of adjustments they've had to make during COVID. So there's always a chance that there's some data missing there. We'll see. But that also didn't include, allegedly it wasn't supposed to include some of the Omicron, I guess, disruptions. So that, in theory, could possibly make it worse.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah, the good thing about that miss, I guess, or whatever it is on that number there, is that it provides hopefully less incentive to up the rates and change some of this stuff. I mean, if the jobs were weak, then you would have obviously more incentive from the Fed to pull the plug on tapering. Well, we already know they're going to do that. So I think the decision's already made. I'm not sure this is a big deal whatsoever. But what is a big deal today again is we'll just continue to hit those free throws on Ford, because right here again, up to $25, you're going to open up at all-time highs one more time from Ford. So this stock is a 20-minute chart. It's absolutely rocking. And we hit the long hard when it broke through 21 back on Monday or whatever day that was, because it had broken out, right? It took out, oh my God, there we go. It took out $21 when this loads. You'll be able to see hopefully in a couple seconds. There it is right here. So, you can see Ford opened up, took out this little cluster, and now we're forming new clusters up here. 23 bottom, 25 top. We're opening at the high spot here. But Ford, what a monster stock. Look at this. You're not going to find, you're going to find a few better charts than this, but this is a pretty smooth one. Up another 1.5. We'll check out on GM here quickly. Up to 63 and change. So that's still not going to open up near its highs. We were just fading 66 the other day. So as you can see, Ford well outpacing GM once again today. But it could be the catch-up trade. So you could want to get along on GM here, but neither one is on my sticky note today. Thank you for all the support on the sticky note as well, guys, by the way. And I tweeted this out. Our city here, I put my city, it doesn't come out from but all of our cities here, Toronto, and someone said that we're so aggressive with the jabs in this city that we built a structure, 50 years ago, because we knew what our healthcare plans would be and so on and so forth. So that was pretty funny. Someone wrote that here. I don't remember who it was, but again, guys, I just tweeted this out. Thank you so much. 68 likes and a few comments already, and I've answered every single one of these comments on here, guys. So thank you so much for the love there. And then, of course, you can always get the sticky note right here as well. And we have DWAC, AMC, Rivian, Donkey Kong, Palantir. They're all on the sticky note. We'll put our handle up there, and please check it out and retweet it. The more people that see it, the better it is for all of us. But yeah, AMC, a big monster again today. We'll see. It's up 4%. Obviously, there's some GME news that we'll get to as well. But I like GME and I like AMC. For some reason, our boy Trader Pratt calls them Jimmy and Amy. I don't like that, but he does, so we'll have to watch both Jimmy and Amy. Well, if I don't like it, why am I saying it? I'm not going to steal his stuff, but we'll see what AMC does today here. I like it. We have a few key levels. Check out the sticky note, and we'll talk about it very, very soon as it's on our watch list. .tradertv.live.
Yeah, it was interesting to see AMC moving with GME in the after hours there yesterday on that NFT news. I love that CN Tower look. CN Tower, once the highest or tallest freestanding structure in the world. We're obviously very proud of it. I can show you this. A couple things on here just to discuss real quick. The unemployment rate, 3.9 versus 4.1 for December. It's worth noting down here, guys, Canada, huge beat, 54.7 thousand versus 27,500 expected on the jobs. The unemployment rate ticks down 10%, 5.9 versus 6. So go Canada. It's going to be a busy day overall. Miss B is sadly not with us today, under the weather, so we wish her well. Hope she feels better over the weekend. And let's get into what we need to know heading into Friday's trade. Going to be a busy day. Obviously, we'll keep an eye on the overall market accelerating now to the downside here for the futures, guys. So, we have DWAC, we have Trump Media coming February, or Truth Media, I should say, coming February 21st. That is according to an Apple App Store listing out, I guess, late in the day yesterday, suggesting that it will be available as of February 21st. So back to the downside, though, for a few of these.
Yeah. Watch your bids, first of all.
Also,
because,
the market's really starting to accelerate.
And the markets are starting to get hit here.
There was another number on there because I think it was the average hourly earnings was up, and that was actually
the NASDAQ was positive
and
a couple seconds ago.
Yeah, so to see that
crypto getting killed.
I think if I had to guess here, I'd say because the average hourly earnings are up, that would be a positive for the Fed, and then that would mean the Fed would be on course to do what they were going to do before. That would be my guess, and that's why maybe we're heading to the downside. And of course, DWAC launching on President's Day. 55 is my stop. I guess that might come into play. I actually did not put my stop in that I wanted on Rivian because it's way too early on this thing, but it's starting to roll over a little bit as well. Mark's starting to come back in heavily. Even I just GameStop starting to come back in. That was looking like it was going to break the top. The market really starting to sell off. I'm thankful I didn't have any bids in some of the names I really like to start reassessing, because that is an interesting reaction to the number, and I have to think it's giving the go-ahead to the Fed. It's VWAP that we're going to watch here, and I'll give you a higher time frame look if you're curious as to what the 55 level is. Simply the previous channel that was in, and it held it in the pre-market. So once it made a cluster that I could say this is a trade structure I can deal with, I just went long when it bounced, and then at 55 breaks, I'm out of this. Wow, this market still looks to come back down. We just broke overnight lows.
Yeah, the market's getting killed right now. You can see the NASDAQ just absolutely crushing right now. Not good. So obviously, and that's where I was thinking that the bad news now is bad news because, and I started saying this 5 minutes ago, that it's not going to change the mind of the Fed. I'm pretty sure they're already doing what they're doing, and that's that. So the more bad news that comes through is just going to help accelerate the market and down to the downside where it's already been. But remember 3 days ago, I said the market still had about 3 to 4% more to go. So you take in a couple of these days, and we're getting close right now to possibly tapping out here on the NASDAQ and hopefully reversing some course back into the upside. I was just looking about some nasty bids down here, like you mentioned. I mean, I'm waiting for, I just went over, I'm bidding Palantir down here near 16. You guys know that. So that's going to be in the 30s. That's not happening anytime soon. I really like AMC. My bid here on AMC is down in the 22 area. That's still Palantir. So let's go. I even updated the charting platform or the platform today. AMC will get it down here near this 22 level. If we can get something down there. Then the other bid that we have, of course, is CWAC. And again, we're going to talk about all these names. I don't need long still. Are you still long?
Yeah, it hasn't broken to be fun.
Okay, so still long here. I'm waiting to see about some of this support down here, 53, 52 on DWAC. So some of my stink bids are a little bit low. And yeah, guys. Oh yeah, that was the other thing I want to talk about right now. Ethereum crashing, Bitcoin, you might have heard it, me on my side of my voice there, talk about what's happening with crypto. Big time movement down about $1,000 straight now for BTC. Like it was cruising up here, no problem, 42. It actually got you on that number right away at 8:30. It got to 42.8, okay? And we just ticked down to 41,175. So it actually went down $1,700 there on Bitcoin real quick, not good. And then, well, it's whatever. I mean, honestly, I just want to buy more at lower this goes. I think we got to wait now. And then if you're going to see ETH as well, what's up to Ethereum holders, you can see basically the exact same move to the downside here again, cracking to 3,100. Let me see what it looks like quickly on an hour chart here. Yeah, so it's just been bleeding. I mean, we've known this. This has just been pretty nasty here for Ethereum off of 4,000. So that's another level. And now we're going to have to hope and pray that 3 holds, right? And you know what? This is just the ebbs and flow of crypto market. I mean, honestly, it's getting hit a lot more than the equity market. We had a question there yesterday. Will Bitcoin outperform equities in the new year? I said yes, just because I think you got more than 10% in here. But look at this, just off 2 days, you're down 10%. Yesterday, Bitcoin was down 4 or 5%. You're down again another 3 and a bit today. And then this is a key level. I feel like you got to go all the way back. You haven't had to move the charts too far back to get key levels on crypto because they've always held. But now we may have to go back to some of these levels here in August to see 2,800 again. And then God forbid we get all the way back down here to 17 and change, which is half from here. So, hey, the rug could get pulled on the crypto market at any time. I don't think now is a good time to buy. Let's see what happens over the weekend.
All right, a little more negativity coming back into retail names as well this morning. Multiple analysts out this morning with negative notes on the space. This is just UBS talking about Kohl's and Abercrombie here. There was a JP Morgan note out on these two as well earlier in the week. But, I mean, along with the overall market, some retailers guys going to be under a little bit of pressure anyways. Volume a little bit light on these names, but worth a watch today.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, even
everything is so low now.
I was looking at Macy's here just because that's usually a pretty good trading vehicle. You can look at Nordstrom's. I mean, Kohl's. There's a lot out there that you can watch. It has a bit of a tight cluster, and it just bounced off of like its 50 period, rejecting it several times before that crash. So it's looking like it's trying to form a bit of a downtrend. So I have this one on watch for myself at least today, but I wanted to get over to because look, man, market's starting to really go, and I'm kicking myself because this is the first day in like 2 weeks that now I'm actually not even spelling the name right. This is the first day in 2 weeks that I actually bothered on Rivian to pay for the shorts before pre-market, like during the pre-market, so that I was ready to go. And then this happened. Like, it actually rolled through that 86 level already. I might look to catch a little bit of a bounce. This is the 86 at the top in yesterday's action. And the afternoon, that was support level. It just broke it. It's going to bounce, looking like an 84 here. I'm going to try and fade this off any pop. I might do something similar to a firm if I can use the pre-market highs. Because you have a double top here, essentially the afternoon high up at 88 and change, and the same thing here today. And I think that would be the level to work off of. So, yeah, I mean, when the market started to slide off that number, the notion would be that the Fed is going to, they have the very, very large beat. If you actually look at the average hourly earnings, which is probably more important to their mandates. So that would put them on course, and I think those higher valuation type of names or lower, growth type names are going to be under pressure today. So I'm watching Rivian and the firm in that bucket.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, same thing, and I just put in the chat here. You can see Rivian's on the sticky note down here that we wanted to try to short it up to 90 bucks. 92.50 was going to be, sort of a very, very good go spot for me, and that was based on yesterday's cluster here, and then we dropped down, and it was an absolute disaster. And then we took Rivian for $6 to the upside. We had the bid down here at 78 yesterday, and cashed last piece out around 85-ish. I believe it was right in here, somewhere where we cashed out around noon. We didn't get that exact bump, but we're out somewhere in here on Rivian. So it was a $6 win for us on the last half. We took half for $3, half for $6 on that bump down to 78. So on today, we could crash again. And like Neil said, I also paid for shorts because, again, it was on our watch list, or not on. I don't know, is it on the watch list? Maybe not. But yeah, it is. It's on the watch list today, but you could see it was also on the sticky note, and I wanted this short. Like, I was willing. I'm still sitting there short right now. Not short right now, but I'm waiting to get short up here, and it just crashed on us. So obviously the NASDAQ pulling this down. If Rivian does get any bump ups, I really, really like that short. You can see what happens here. I mean, it just collapsed $3 on a NASDAQ move of like 0.5%. So, I mean, this thing is going to absolutely get clobbered if the NASDAQ goes to the downside. It just gave its hand, showed its whole hand right here. Another name that's on our, well, we'll wait, but DraftKings was another name that I wanted to short as well. You can see that name just came down $1 as well on that. So there's some talk here about NVIDIA on the chat. I don't know. This is a name that I love. I mean, you've got to buy NVIDIA for me anyways, hand over fist. But right now, it's not, I mean, it is a big drop down, but your rate, NVIDIA can go for a ride either way today. So we'll watch out for that. I noticed yesterday NVIDIA much stronger than AMD yesterday. So this could be a name that is weaker in the semi space, but you can see this, a big drop down, and now it's right back up a little bit here. So I think this is going to be another one of those days where, hey, look, it's Friday. It's been a very, very, I mean, that's what we put on our tweet there, was that it's been a wild ride, and I don't see any reason for it not to be today again. So let's wait to see how we open up. Yesterday we were very, very patient, and we had some great winners yesterday on some good ideas. So hopefully today some of those will come back in, and we can exercise the demons either on the long or the short side. Because today, I mean, I remember last couple days ago I threw this back there, and just when we were walking around and I found this, and I'm going to keep it a bull today. So we're going to hopefully bull today, rallies the market, and we'll keep our friend here in wake of no Miss V today. Get well soon, Miss V, and we'll just keep our maybe I can put that over there at your desk there, Brennan, and we'll be the Miss V poll today. But guys, keep the chat going, and we'll look to take all your questions. We'll just do them in a different way.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get some more longer-term ideas here this morning. Michael Noss, chartered market technician, back with us for a look at some swing plays or swing ideas on the trend side. Michael, great to have you as always. It's trend is a great word last year, but going into this year, a little bit of a choppy start overall to 2022.
Yeah, certainly, and basically. Just right off the bat, last week I came and I offered some ideas in those growth names. And one thing I like about what you guys do, and I do as well, and we do at Trade Ideas, is we're really transparent, and that just didn't work, right? Those growth names didn't bounce the way they thought they were going to. So that kind of prompted this idea where I now have a series that we're going to go through for the next couple weeks about trend following. So that was a buy the dip or buy the bad news kind of play, and that didn't work out. So what we're going to talk about is relative strength. and this is going to take a few weeks of these segments to do, so definitely come back and stay tuned each Friday. But today I want to talk about, first of all, what relative strength is and how we use it in trading and the benefits I think of it. So if we go down to this first chart here, this is essentially the S&P 500 versus a momentum factor ETF. So a momentum ETF is basically just buying whatever names are strongest, and this is going all the way back to 2014. So you can see that there's a natural human tendency to want to buy the stocks that are getting beat up the most, but this kind of proves in a way, and there's a whole bunch of academic studies that I can link to, why buying the strongest names from a longer term and a swing point of view makes the most sense. And I saw Sean talk about Ford, right? That's an incredibly strong name that's just been continuing to rocket, even in the kind of market we're having this morning. So by focusing on the strong names on the swing side, you can also, for you day traders, zoom into the same thing and say, okay, well, where is the money going? And that's the reason that this momentum trading, it works over the long run. And again, you can see beating the market overall for a long period of time, is that when institutions get in and out of positions, it takes them a long time to get in, it takes them a long time to get out. So now that I've done my thesis for why we want to look at the stronger name, I'm going to spend today and the next few weeks just talking about how to identify them, different ways you can do it. So one way, and you guys seen me talk about the RSI indicator a few times now to try to find things that are bottoming and things like this, but there's another way to use it, and that's basically using it as a strength indicator. It's called the relative strength index. So typically speaking, when you trade an RSI, you're looking for it to become oversold, and that's where you buy it. But I kind of proposed a question to our system at Trade Ideas and said, what if we look for stocks that it just never gets oversold? The stock never reaches that oversold condition. And I got a list of stocks that for all of last year were never able to reach oversold. Every time they got anywhere close, institutions or big funds or buyers came in. So I'm going to give you 5 of those now, but if you want the entire list, you can email just info at trade-ideas.com, or go to our website and we can give you this list in just a Google sheet. So again, just to reiterate, these are all stocks that this year or last year in 2021 were never able to reach oversold status. So there's definitely been an underlying bid in these things. Whether or not that continues, I don't know, but I did some testing and these things do seem to outperform the market. So if you guys are looking for ideas going into 2022, this may be a good place to get started. So let's take a look at the first symbol here, which is this BJL Wholesale. Retailer, again, this one throughout the year, I think the minimum value that the RSI ever got to was like 40, 35, and oversold is generally under 30. Some people think under 20. And it's putting in this nice flag. So again, we've had this kind of big shake-up this morning with the market, but I'm looking at this. If it holds this 63 support, I'm interested. I'm looking for it to break that lower trend line to the upside, which is around $66. Next one here is another retailer, which is Signet. It's a jewelry store. Nice little recap up on some news. I'm not too sure what that was, but it's been tightening up ever since. So for you short-term traders, a break of this range, one way or the other, might be interesting. But again, this is another name that every time, even on that recent pullback you see in December, was never able to reach this oversold status. Next one here is a resource name, oil, MTDR. This one actually did very well, which makes sense. We know that energy is breaking out, oil is moving higher, and all these things. If we are in an inflationary environment, owning oil is something that seems to make sense. About $44 is this downtrend line. Above that, I think this one is interesting. For you high short float guys, this next two are going to be interesting, but this next one, ASO, Academy Sports, 20% of this float is short. So you combine the fact that everybody is short this with the fact that this was never able to reach an oversold condition for an entire year, maybe that those shorts are going to start to get nervous. We've got support around that kind of $39 area, and we have this downtrend line that if you break, I think that's around $44. That one gets interesting to me. And this last one was a massive pop in that November, Sava went from, I think, $50 to $100, and now that $50 level seems to be very, very important for this one. 32% of the float is short on this one, so that's, almost a third short. And again, even on that big pullback that you see in August, it was never able to get oversold. So there's certainly underlying bids in some of these names. And again, if you're interested in the full list, there's like 300 names in it. You can just email info@trade-ideas.com and we'll give that to you.
Stuff as always, Michael Noss with Trade Ideas. An interesting look in the sense that, in the time of uncertainty, in the time of, maybe a changing environment, specifically, it's always good to be in, as you said, the strongest stocks and a great way to understand what those are. I appreciate your time, though.
Thank you very much.
See you again next Friday. There we go, guys. A lot of interesting names on that list. Again, if you want that list, just leave a message in the chat. We'll get that from Michael and pass it along to you again. Trying to find those names where, the RSI unable to even go to an oversold state, showing obviously a lot of them. Yeah, what's cool about that is that there's a couple of names on there that 100% you probably would not have guessed them reach that state. Like you wouldn't, because Science is a great example that, I was like, what, really? It never actually got to that oversold thing, despite how crazy it's been. It's been a good stock and a stock to be shorting, but you are seeing deep consolidation. Obviously, there's fundamental things with a lot of these things. We're talking strictly technical, but it's hard to deny that you had this really exciting cluster, and it's managed to find itself a bit of a range. And yeah, if it could get going, it could be an interesting sort of multi-day runner. It usually has a few good days in it when it does start getting going into the upside, which it's kind of starting to do here. And I like to usually fade these on a day trade perspective when they make those massive pops, but swing's a little bit different because you're looking for the multi-day momentum. So thanks again to Michael for bringing all of that to our light.
Yeah, and I believe Michael mentioned some people saying that they want that list. Yeah, they mentioned how to get that. Just go to Trade, just Google search Trade Ideas, go to their website, go to the contact, tell them that you saw Michael on Trader TV Live, and they'll get you that list. So thank you again to Michael Noss, and always bringing some higher level charter market technicians. So, higher level there on the charting and new ideas. Like you said, though, the ideas you brought us last week obviously didn't come to fruition because the market absolutely tanked, and he was looking to buy some names like Peloton, I believe, was on the list. There's a few other names, but anyway, I think Infer might have been one of them. But they've just continued to make moves downside. So, you got to make sure that your time frame is proper. I'm just looking at DWAC here. I have all the stocks up. The market's trying to bounce. The market's trying to bounce back a little bit here, which is nice. So let's go over to Brennan at the big screen and see what's been upgraded and downgraded.
Yeah, a few notable names once again, guys, for analysts. There's way more than this. In fact, the news just stood out this morning. The Trade Desk, Delta, AT&T to the upside. A lot of familiar names on the downside today. Clover, Chewy, Lyft, and Tilray, I believe, earnings next week as well.
Tilray.
There was weed names on there.
Yeah, these weed names, you must just leave these alone, like CLRY here. We've talked about that over and over again. I don't think there's any real point in worrying about Tilray or upgrades or downgrades or anything like that. If you want to nibble in some of these cannabis names, I don't blame you at these kind of valuations. The valuations may be too high, actually. I'll take that back. At these kind of prices, because we're down here, we've nibbled down. You want to talk about a name that does have potential again. I mean, look, last January, and we're getting close to the time again, the anniversary of sort of meme stock mania. But if you want to take a shot here, obviously a lot of these cannabis names are very, very heavily shorted, and this could be the next. And I don't know if this is going to happen, but if there was a revolution again from the retail side, I think you could pick on some of these cannabis names, and those ones may get some premature bumps over the next couple weeks if there is anything like that on a short float type of thing. There are a lot of beat-down cannabis names, so this sector on any good news, it's kind of like what we were talking about with DraftKings yesterday, how they get that little, in my opinion, false bump up there on the news that mobile gaming now included, that we already knew was going to get approved anyway in New York, so they make that huge bottom, and then it pops up and everybody associates this with that news, but it has nothing, in my opinion, really to do with that news. We will get to DraftKings soon, but the whole market rebounded nicely. And then today, obviously, if that news really meant anything, I feel like DraftKings would at least be higher than yesterday's high, not right at yesterday's close. So we'll see what happens here with DraftKings. It's a name that I do like to short up here. I know we're getting a little bit off on a tangent here, but we'll get the watch list and see where we go.
Yeah, DraftKings is an interesting one. Actually, I still got on my list for the first time in forever. Marin here, which is on the watch list, by the way, just had a volume spike, which is why I'm going to bring it up. It tested into 45, so 450 to 460, which might come back, and wanted to show you the 15-minute chart. This is going to be that resistance it had. The last time it blew up to this price, it got to 5, hard rejected, aftermarket top yesterday at $5. So this is the first area of concern. If it can get through that level, I think it's headed to 5, where it would be a fade for me off of $5. I think it's pretty clean. Like, it gets to 5, you short it in front of it, and then you can use that for a breakout. Just watch out. The last time we got up here, it did manage to go only a quarter before rejecting. So Marin definitely on our radar today. It's got 3 million volume. We like to see that there is volume in some of these names. DWAC still right in the middle. Like, it's just now we're in a channel 55 to 57, which will be good. I guess that's good for a day trade, because that means we get potentially a break in either direction.
All right, let's bring in Arun here. An important day to understand the overall picture that we're dealing with as far as the market is concerned. I mean, it was volatile, but we're down 0.2, so not a huge move for
mixed bag there in terms of number being lower, when the rate being better. So here we are with the market moving to the downside, but I feel like the movement to the downside is based on what was happening on Wednesday with the report coming in much higher than expected. So I think expectations were set to the buy side, and then you get this kind of mixed bag information. It doesn't help the situation if you're expecting a positive number, right? So here we are to the downside. We're down 0.2. NASDAQ down 0.4, but we're still within the bounds of yesterday's kind of consolidation, I would call it, after that huge move that we had a couple days ago. So here we are still working the bottom. 47.60 would be the 46.60 would be the bottom end that I'm looking at here. There should be some support that I'm noticing here, especially from yesterday morning around 10 a.m. We seemed like we found some buying around the 70 area, pretty much where we just bounced off of. So 46.70 going down to 46.60 is where your support's going to be. If you break that, I think you've got to play the short side move. That also clears the DMA levels that I'm noticing on the daily. So if we're going to hold any support, this has got to be the area we kind of hold. And I kind of mentioned this yesterday as well. We'll get into NASDAQ as well at some point. But on the top end, 4,700, once we cross there, there's clearly some resistance up there, some sell side activity up there. So once we get above there, if we get a setup on the short side there, I think you got to look at the short side. But the same low from yesterday, 47.40-ish, is going to be the top end level. So 47.40 up top, 46.60 down below. You can play both sides. It is in the range until we get a break out of the bottom side. So you try to pay this if we get to the top end. You try to go for the long to get the bottom, and then everything in the middle, you kind of just sit back and wait, right? And then that's the same read on the NASDAQ, except the ranges are wider. So 15,930 is still the top end level I've got, and 15,490 is still the bottom, and here we are, 15,700. So quite a wide range. I would look for shorts north of 15,800 on the NASDAQ. If you can fade that, and then longs, I would just be a little bit more patient, maybe south of 15,600. Just because the NASDAQ has a ton of space, it's sitting on a 100 DMA right now. So if we're going to get a bounce, we should have gotten it. I thought we would have gotten it yesterday, given the kind of movement that we were seeing. But if we're hesitating this much, this could easily grind through and we'll take out the bottom. So I'd be careful on how we try to play for the long. But that is still open. So if you get the perfect setup, I would just take a shot at that point. But I wouldn't just step in right away. This market's prepared for something. You just got to figure out what it is.
So thanks, Arun. Have a great weekend. We will check back in again on Monday. Yeah, going to be a busy day, guys. Let's get right to it. That is the link to the watch list. If you do need an absolutely free resource, we send it out every morning before we come on at 8:30, guys. So join us then at 8:30. We'll go through everything that's moving around. We'll talk about why and how we can possibly trade it when the market opens. Digital World Acquisition Corporation tops the list this morning after the report yesterday. It was a filing on the Apple App Store, in fact, that suggested Turing Media coming to a mobile device or computer, I guess, as soon as February 21st, guys, which was way ahead of any prior estimated date of arrival for them.
Yeah, and I'm kind of kicking myself because when they first came out, I remember we did like that rough math. It's like if they were if it got 10% of Twitter's followers, did the running math, and then peak pick the growth market cap, and did a relative market cap based on that to Twitter, and it was something like $3 or $4. I feel it was $300 or $400 if it was 10% of Twitter, something along those lines. And I think that's what people are buying usually when it comes to DWAC here. So it's a momentum play, I think, here for the day trade. Obviously, it's already reacted to the news yesterday because it's not as if this was an overnight piece of news. So you already saw it flow through a 55 resistance level, which for now is support. It gets back below here, and you've got a bit of a gap to fill down to 52 to 53. So as I was sort of just saying before we came out of this, you have that chance that maybe at the open we're going to get tight consolidation and a break in one direction or the other. Of course, you can also be looking at Funware, PHUN, and then in the event that there are halts here, never forget, I always do, that there are the warrants that stay active and open. So if you want to look to see what's going on, if it happens to halt either one of these names, jump over to the warrants and just have a quick look because they continue to trade and you can see where the momentum is going. Although, I mean, if you're in the halt trade, you have to wait till it opens up anyways.
I don't think I tried to pay for short here. How much is for short here on DWAC? Let me find out what the system is going to get. Oh, what? That's 2 cents? Okay, whatever. I'll take that. Okay, so I'm paying for shorts, Arun. If you're watching right now, 2 cents per share. So DWAC will make way more than that per trade, or we'll lose more than that. But either way, 2 cents, not a expensive trip here for us on DWAC. I have upped my bid. We did put it on the sticky note here that we'd like to get some bids down near 52, 53, if at all possible here today. But I like this level of 55. So, it's come down here. It's tested it a little bit. I know Neil just talked about it, so we're not going to go over this too long. But I don't mind that price right there at 55. Just for a starter trade. We don't want to put on too much risk right here off the open because it could. Again, we ripped up to 64 there in the pre-market, the post-market yesterday, and you can see with Funware the same thing. And now you're building a base, and I think, again, this all started last night on that, I guess, rumor or that post there by Apple, 250 all the way up to 350. So we'll see here, 280. It seems like that's a decent bottom as well. I'd rather be in DWAC just because it's going to give me a little bit more movement. And we've seen that go a little bit faster than a Funware. But again, this might be better to trade if you don't have so much buying power and you just want to hit something with a couple thousand shares. Obviously, it's only $3. So this could be really interesting. And I think a $3 level is also something that needs to be looked at. But the one thing I want to say, and I want to say this about Apple, and this is, I didn't tweet your demand in sticky note. Oh, what was my demand? Oh, that everyone retweets it? Yeah, I guess I should have put that in the sticky note as well. Okay, thank you for that, Mohammed. But I did want to say one more thing about Apple, and that is that, and this is going to be funny, but I don't know, most of you might not know this, but they were on Kanye West's album. They kept putting it out. And this is Kanye's fault for sure. But, it was saying one day, then another day, then another day. And it just kept getting extended. So what I want to say here is that just because Apple's posted a possible release date doesn't mean that it's actually going to get released on that day. And I'm going to throw that back to Brendan. Have you been able to find anything officially from their camp, not just from Apple, or is the only thing we're talking about here is the Apple App Store?
It is, in fact, only the Apple App Store listing that is, kind of circulating around. The other point here, though, guys, it's also President's Day. So.
No, this is not. Honestly,
this
is not happening on that day.
No, it's true.
It's true. I know it's true. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying
not true.
And
it's also true.
Is it surprise?
And it's called the truth. So yesterday, so they dropped this news on the Apple iTunes, I guess, the day of that January 6th. We all know that was the Capitol building. And then now on President's Day is the day that this is supposed to go live. You know what? Actually, it is going to be. That makes perfect sense.
How could it not happen?
I'm walking that back now. That is what's going to happen.
Yeah,
it actually is going to happen on that day.
Neil was mentioning when we were talking about it this morning. It's almost a negative for us traders because it's the holiday and the market is closed.
That sucks. Because look, let's be honest. Like, but it'll be fun because it won't have to be a bunch
Tuesday
of
will be
communications
great,
that come out
nonetheless.
on the Monday, and you can trade on the Tuesday. But yeah, like it would be way more interesting to have the launch and be actually able to trade it on the first.
You know what though? Actually, the second day is going to be cool too. Like that next day, because then we're going to get all the numbers on the subscribers, the website traffic, all that. Just because they launch it, might not be the thing. It's more about the data coming out from that. And I don't know if it's going to be. I mean, no point in putting a poll in the chat here. Ms. V's not here today, but that's going to be exciting, man. I don't know. Maybe this is a time, guys, and we should have maybe we can get Daniel Shea back. Well, it's going to be for a while. We'll have her back on again, but maybe there is something to buy a way out of the money call on a DWAC or on a fund. I don't think fund probably doesn't have options. There might be. The other one is that Rumble, which is CFBI.
That's the
there's another one there. So what? I mean, did CFBI even move yesterday? Let's check that out quickly here. Good call on that one. Started going. Yeah, I mean, look at the volume starting to pick up there. I didn't really have the aftermarket move like all the rest did, but you could see here's CFVI, so that might be a little undercover name as well. So hey, man, the saga continues, and as long as you're in the market, there's always going to be an opportunity to ring the register. So we'll watch out for CFVI, Fun, and DWAC. Hey, man. We'll be trading that for at least a month.
Yeah, Danielle Shea back next Thursday, guys. So we'll definitely throw that at her and see what she says about that. Let's go to GameStop. Back to, as we speak, pre-market highs here for GME up 20%, 20.5% right now on reports. They're in the process of developing a marketplace for NFTs.
Yeah, and look, GameStop yesterday was actually an oddly very good trade. Usually when I take breakouts in GameStop, which I'm about to do here, it just took out the high. You can kind of see that. It's been mixed, but yesterday was like second best stock. It's not really showing the trade. There was a break off this consolidation. I wonder if someone knew something when they were consolidating it there and just buying it up. It then gave you a great wick bottom here. A lot of stocks did that sort of V-shaped move, and then there was an awesome opportunity to just short the high. And then when it got to 138, like you could see off the open, it was just complete capitulation back down. So that was pretty much an easy short at that same price level. Now you're just essentially looking at a long consolidation break. But keep in mind, yes, 158.5 is breaking here, but 160 on the higher time frame is a level. Right, like if you look at this on the daily chart, like it's been sitting here waiting to break this 160 mark. So I kind of want to, if I can, I want to see if I can scalp this in front of 160. And then at the open, you want to play off that level. There's room for this to go. That's why, like I said, I just rang the register a bit in front of that 160 level, but there's room for it to go. Both these names, both GameStop or DWAC, or I guess any of the related CFDI, AMC probably won't hold because it's just way too liquid. That stock never does. But these things can if they really start to go. That being said, that 10% that it would have to move very quickly runs you right into the next resistance level. So, GameStop is a pure momentum play here. It just took out the 160 level. Let's get going. It is what it is. Like this is never a commentary on what I believe. I can't say that I believe in the price making any sense with regards to the actual company and their prospects, but it's a momentum play. They're getting the NFT space. It's been clustering like this for a potential breakout. You're getting it today. There were indications yesterday when it would find support that there was like somebody just buying it repeatedly and holding some of those levels down there, and looks like they're breaking out. Maybe somebody knew something. I should be taking this profit.
Yeah, I don't think, whether or not someone knows something, you play the momentum here, but it did get to 160 yesterday in the aftermarket, so I think there's tons of room to run. We got out of DWAC for a nice profit yesterday, and you might have the same thing there. And we'll go over to AMC here. I'm only looking at AMC today, not really GameStop. It's about to break as well. I like the 23.75. We'll take the long on an AMC break to the upside. We've just been trading this and trading it like real well the last couple of days. So we had this exact bottom yesterday. I actually, in my account, I have a 2082 print or something from yesterday. We hit it all the way to the upside and took about $2.50, $3 on the final of that trade. So, if AMC yesterday, we took $3 on that, GameStop, probably has a lot of runway in front of that one here today as well. But we'll take AMC. And look, I'm trying to bid it. Again, it's on the sticky note today. AMC is the number 2 name there. So if you're joining us right now, welcome. But here it is right now. What we'd like to see here on, and I talked about it yesterday, AMC on the back of GME should be great. So watch out for AMC here. Rally with GME. The social medias are all over these stocks today. GME, 21 support. on AMC. We'll see if it gets back to 2250, or we'll take a long break. So that's what's happening right now from the sticky note, and I like this trade. You see some support yesterday at 2250, right into here. That's good. And if we dip down, we want to have enough bullets in the chamber that we can hit that. So yesterday is a very, very successful day, being patient and waiting. I'm not in any trades, but believe me, I have orders pending on AMC, DraftKings, DWAC, Ford, Palantir, and Rivian. So should be a fun day today, but AMC, I'm very, very excited. We're almost getting into this long right now on a break of 23.75. Would have loved to get long down here, but again, just the bids didn't come through. I don't like the 23 level. There's really nothing about that. So either wait for 22.50, which I'm trying to do, or we'll probably play some momentum so the train doesn't leave the station without us. But it's not, anytime I'm in a trade now in the pre-market, it's not going to be a big one because, it's just the risk is too high in the first couple minutes.
It's funny you said that. Don't let the train leave the station without you. That happened to me for the first time in like a year yesterday. So,
oh no.
By the way, I took my profit on GameStop. I have been burned almost every single time I've taken a breakout at a level like this in the last week, where it's like hit target 1, hit target 2, and then whatever it is, whether it was taking CCL when it would break out, or whether it was taking NEO when it would break out, and then at 9:30 you just get the inevitable pullback when selling comes in at the open, and then you're looking to re-engage the long, and all I'm doing is holding on to the last of it. So instead of holding on to the final third, just take it all out and then look for a potential dip buy if I want to get back into it. So I'm going to go with that approach here today on GameStop. We can't afford trading these.
Let's go to Rivian. As mentioned, back on watch today after that flush. Huge flush yesterday, back below IPO price, and then some got down to 70s, low 70s. We're back up, decently this morning off of some of these levels from the midday, 84, 82 area, but trying to hold here, important levels for Rivian.
Yeah, like it's a shame because I probably should have just had this short when it broke that support, and it is what it is. Like there's always, like you have to have your own rules. Like just now, like it's talked about reacting to breakouts and how they had been and adjusting the strategy based on it. Like maybe GameStop goes to 165 and I'm wrong, but I got to play what's worked before. And sometimes you don't want to be in too early on a move. And where you could have changed that rule, or why that made no sense not to want to take the break to the downside there, because you had one, that big flush yesterday, and then you had this sort of level at 86 of support. If you go back, it's a 15-minute. Like there was a significant sort of like secondary level at that 86, 87 price that rolled over this morning, and I just sort of felt like that 830 jobs number could have been a reason why it was worth it. Like if you got your breakdown when the market reversed there, it was definitely worth having. Now I'm gonna have to wait till the open and play the pop fade kind of idea. Like if we get a move to the upside, they can't break the high. I'm definitely looking to fade Rivian today. I just feel like you can't be ignoring it. I was able to get the bottom at an 80. I think it was 76 long off 75, but I doubt we get a flash crash, an opportunity to take that kind of long again. So I don't want to miss a first move if I can get it. If the market tries to bounce back here, I'm going to be looking to fade Rivian off of those highs. And again, this is just, it's not a double top per se, but afternoon highs are the same as our pre-market high right now. That's why I'll call it a double top for resistance, and I have sort of no issues fading. And watching some other small caps as well, just to keep you guys abreast. Now there's that HTSH, Chinese real estate company, and that one from yesterday, ATHE, that wouldn't become a penny stock. If it becomes one today, I'm going to be shorting it to $1. It shouldn't be on the watch list, so I don't think it's doing a lot of volume.
Relative strength here in some of the chip anchors this morning. Back to the upside for NVIDIA, AMD, ASML. What was the other one? STM Micro. There was Samsung as well. All out. Samsung overnight, obviously over in Asia, but all out with either quarterly updates or quarterly reports that were better than expected. So, I mean, it's positive. We were up here to start things off, guys.
Yeah, we got into AMC there, but yeah, look, so we talked a little bit about this earlier with AMD. I just really haven't been able to find any levels, and maybe there it is. Yes, sir. 20 cents taken right there on AMC, the first third out on that one. So we're ringing some kind of register there. But now we're gonna go long on a break through 24 as well. So we'll see if AMC wants to get going here for us. Upside should be a decent trade. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna cancel the 24 break. We already have this. Maybe if it falls back down, I don't want to have too many shares on the top. Okay, so AMD, AMC. So we're playing that alphabet game one more time. I just, this is a 20-minute chart. People ask me what time frames I use. 20, a daily, and a 1, and that's about it. And then I have a 3-minute up here as well. And then little bit further back. But you can see here, I haven't really been able to see anything on AMD unless we retest 132, but I don't think that's happening today. You can see what a great rebound in the NASDAQ here. So the NASDAQ right back to as if that number wasn't even released. So that's a good sign. That's helping some of these longs for sure come back in. I do have better names to short, like a DraftKings, like a few other names that I like. So for me on AMD, I don't really see anything. There's always a 300 level on NVIDIA, but I think that's too far away, and I don't really want to play any of these dips. So for me right now, the semis, there's just too many other hot things. DWAC, AMC, Rivian, Donkey Kong, Palantir. I just, the sticky note is loaded up right now, and it doesn't have any of these names on them. So I'll be avoiding them temporarily, but we'll obviously trade price action, and I think that NVIDIA, Micron's been a good name as well, man. That's pushing near the tops one more time. So you can watch out for Micron taking out this, not that 98, but these levels here, the tops 97 maybe on a Micron isn't a bad push either. So, there's lots of stuff happening in the space. It's just, for right now, my focus is not on the semis.
I mean, 275 in NVIDIA, it's like you said, NVIDIA is far away from price levels I like. I am looking at it because I do like those levels. It's 75 to the bottom, and maybe more like 95 for me to the upside here, just because it was a big floor, and then you had the last couple of days, it just turning into some resistance there. So I'll be looking at those as they start to come in. GameStop, it's holding. It actually got to 164, so it's starting to try to accelerate even higher here, guys. And Rivian's starting to come back. So it's getting close to that top just in time, because we're looking, with 10 minutes to go, looks like it's going to make that test, the double top, or the current pre-market highs and the afternoon high of $88 or 88 change.
Get to DraftKings and also that Marin software back moving around this morning. But there was this note from Apple, just looking at Peloton. So Apple expanding their fitness offerings once again. That had Peloton moving down a little bit there. It just bumped back above 33.50. But worth a note on Peloton, guys. There's DraftKings, no additional news, I should say. But the New York State coming out yesterday saying they're good to go for Saturday. Will be available as of Saturday. MRIN as well, teaming up with ADS, so Amazon. What is it called again? Amazon. I lost it. Advertising Solutions to expand their offerings for Amazon, guys. So MRIN teaming up with Amazon. So Advertising Solutions is correct. MRIN, I think we kind of went over the levels here, 450 to 460. In the aftermarket, it had a base there. That's turning into the top, double top. It's a double top in the aftermarket at $5. When you go to the daily, you'll see $5 is resistance as well. It's close, of course, it's the lower high, the higher low, that it put in this morning is right here at 420. So I think the pocket of support is down 4 to 420 on it. I'm looking for this in a couple of ways. I don't like if it was down at $4, I'd be probably looking at a 420 break to scalp it. But otherwise, because we're sitting up here in the 440 range, I'll look for like a pop and fade 460 using that level here first. If you break that out at the open, I think you're just looking at 5. I think that was the first thing I said. I did get into that ABSI below VWAP right now. I'd watch out. That was an interesting one. If you see it on our watch list, it's the size of the deal potentially that they have with Merck is equivalent to its current market cap. So it is a pretty good piece of news for ABSI, but it's still trading relatively weak since about 7:30.
So DraftKings, I haven't looked at MRIN yet, but DraftKings right here, honestly, I don't think that's a serious piece of news. I mean, it's great that New York State is going to be doing gambling, mobile gambling. I mean, I know people that were literally hopping on the train and going into Secaucus, and just because once you're in Jersey, you could start to bet, right? So it was you just go in there, hit up a Starbucks, sit down, make your bet, and then head back over into New York State. But so DraftKings right now, it's a big move up, but a lot of the names yesterday had this big move up. Rivian was down 16%, finished up down 3. We talked about that. This move yesterday was a great move, but again, I feel like it's a swamp area. They spend so much money on customer acquisition. I still own a small piece of DraftKings, so it's not like I don't think that they can't go. but honestly, it might be worth nibbling some longs down here at 23, 24, but that's not where we're at. We're at 26, 27 right now. So I like a 27 short right into here. And then I think that we can even, if this rips, I don't want to start a huge position, but if this rips, this 29 area is one that I don't think we get to today either. So, if we can settle up somewhere around here, if we're going to be wrong, maybe it goes between 28 and 28.50, and then we can use 29 and say, you know what, if we're going to be wrong on this name, let's be wrong, because DraftKings, faded out. I like the short here today. I can't get behind the long. As far as an investment is concerned, maybe, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with nibbling. I've nibbled on a Peloton as well, and you can see this all the way to the downside here. Yeah, it's just been a nasty, nasty ride. So if it didn't hold up here at 32 like it didn't, I don't know where the next levels are here. So watch out just for 20, I guess, even. But I think it's worth buying at 22, 23, 24. So, nibble in on DraftKings if you want, but for a day trade, I'm definitely favoring the short.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone asked quickly about ABS. I think actually Brent's going to talk about it too. It's got a lower consolidation. That's one of the reasons why I like it. And we're sort of just talking about it to you guys in the chat there. And if it breaks that high, $10 is also the next level to the upside. This did not happen here at 10.50. If we go to Brendan at the
Yeah, we'll give you one more thing. ABSI teaming up with Merck on a research deal, so positive for them. Very, very weak stock overall. If you go to a daily time frame, which I like to see anyways. 9.50, 10 as Neil said above that. 10.50 is the top of the pre-market. Understand this has room to 12. So obviously if you're in it here, you're not holding to 12. Or hopefully you're not holding to 12. 9.50, 10, 10.50 is the high of the pre-market we're breaking down right now. But I mean, this thing was trading at what, $6 yesterday, 5.50, so lots of room both directions.
Oh, just two things. We talked about Rivian, I think, but also a firm sort of falls into that bucket as well of sort of names that are under pressure in this environment. The market's trying to bounce back. If there's a rollover, anywhere around like 84, so the lower high, and on any kind of a pop, if you open, I'll look for that. Volume's pretty light on a firm though, and you're not really seeing a heck of a lot of reaction. So I don't know that we're going to get into that range, but I'm also looking at this one for that pop and fade style trade.
All right, yeah, ABSI always dangerous, but you know what? Like, just keep on your share size compliant with that. That's all good. Okay, guys, let's hit the like button. Miss V's not here, but I know you like the show regardless. 1,000 likes right now. If we can get that before the market opens, let's do it, guys. 9:21. It's Friday. It's going to be a big day. 6,000 people watching, and get well, Miss V, and she'll be back hopefully on Monday. And yeah, let's hit that like. We'll do like a clock with her today as well. Trader Pratt getting ready to rock and roll with his show. We're on all day. So get ready for this, man. Only 3 minutes left before we open. Let's just check back on a few names that are hot today. DWAC, 56, not moving. We're still waiting at 55, hoping that it can dip down to 52. This 55 take, when we get into it, it's not going to be like a maximum share position. This thing could fall back down. We'll wait to see what it does at 52. And then if this news is nothing, we may fall back down into 50. So watch out for DWAC. That's another name that's moving around. AMC, we're already in it. We do want to check out Rivian again. 86, not really doing too much right now. Ford is going to be a big name to watch again as we take out 25. I don't want to buy 20. Look at this big size on ARCA. Those are real shares, so you can hit those right now. 150,000 shares on ARCA right now on the offer, so it has to take that out, and then we'll see what happens with 25 and change. But again, on Ford, I'm waiting lower. I'm waiting down here at 24 to see if we do fade back in. That's another call that we have on. And then the last one that I'm looking at, I mean, this is real shares right there, by the way. Like, for this to go up, it has to take out 150,000, which isn't bad, man, right now. That's going to be 5% of the day's total right there on the offer as we speak. So that's that. Palantir, again, another name that we'll talk about quickly. A little dip down. It's been a nasty, nasty ride for Palantir, for Snowflake, for Affirm, for Upstart, for any of these names that you sort of got to hope for. Coming back upside, as right now we're looking for names with earnings, not names without earnings, and Palantir fits the ladder there. So we'll have to see if it can hold this $16. But those are some of the names that I'm looking at anyways right now. And Tesla's always on everybody's watch list, so quickly on that one. Tesla right here. Ooh, a nice little move up for Tesla, I think. 1080, I didn't expect it to be up here. Yeah, there it is. So nice little move. Yeah, nice little move in the last 5 minutes on Tesla back to day's high as the NASDAQ regaining some of that momentum as well.
Yeah, with 9 seconds to go, I'm not sure who's going to be on the belt today. We'll figure it out. Obviously, someone's going to have to step in for Miss B. Rob is going to be on the belt, looks like. So
Even better than Miss B.
Even
When you ask them
sorry, I just got first scalp in the range of ABSI here. I still want to try and get a bit of a pop there. If it goes like 950 in phase, I will try to add to that. We talked about MRIN, HBSA.
Hold on the watch. We haven't shown the imbalances yet, actually.
They just came out. Yeah, go to show.
Yeah. Well, no, they came out a while ago. We just forgot to show them. Thank you for mentioning that. So Alibaba's there. That's a big one. Thank you guys for mentioning this. Alibaba's a piece. Wow, 131. Holla, Alibaba. We like that one. AMC's a bid. Not GME. GM there. AMC Ford. So there it is. Go ahead, Neil. Quickly, sorry.
So quickly, this HGS8. It's I don't know, some kind of Chinese real estate company. China HGH. It sounds like some kind of a PE or something like that. Either way, $3 is the key level. If it tops into that range, you're going to stop at 3 on the first short and then try and fade into this one. So with 20 seconds to go, quickly got that one. And the imbalance is well done on a Friday. Looks like we have an exciting day coming. Lots to watch. GameStop is back on the radar with AMC, and of course DWAC on the news today. You can watch Funware as well. If you watch Break 55, it could get pretty interesting. Rob is on the bell. He's dancing already. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to rock and roll.
Robbie.
Good job, buddy. The casino is now open. So let's see what happens here as we get ready to rock and roll here off the open with many different names to look at here. We are only in AMC, so we'll see where this fades back down to. This is why we didn't want to take that 24 break. We want to wait to see what action happens at the open. So AMC not doing much. It doesn't even look like it's open yet on the New York Stock.
Yeah, GameStop just came right back into this 155 level. And this is why I sort of got it. It's like every time I'm in one of these things, it just flushes to the downside at the open. First look would be can it hold 54, 55, and then down to 51. But, you know, GameStop, it does do that sell move. DWAC, which I am in, by the way, that looks like it's going to test that 55 level. That's a big level here for DWAC. Again, if it breaks this, I am out. I think it can be shorted there. I didn't get Rivian. Rivian didn't quite get up to that price. So cancel and see if I can not chase it forever, but see if I can't get into a short. It did not quite get up to that 88. It got really, really close. 87.50 it looks like. So that might be close enough to price something.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to wait on Rivian, but again, it's at a waiting spot. So if you like Rivian, you can try to get that right now. Rivian on the move here. Just looking to see if there's anything else that we really like here moving around. NVIDIA back up to the upside. We can check out AMD. I mean, I'm only still in that AMC. Really kind of an uneventful open for the first time. You can see the NASDAQ finally not moving. Normally we get whipsawed back and forth and around. Wow, I don't know if that was real or not, but AMD may have just ticked down to 135. So that's kind of the violence that we're talking about that can happen here off the open. Your ABSI falling back down, that's going to be a good trade.
Well, I did get into that ATHE from yesterday. It broke $1, so I'm short at 99 cents. I just said I would do it. I don't know if it's going to be enough volume on the watch list, but coming back to DWAC, getting close to retaking 57 here, so it might start getting going. On any halt on DWAC, I kind of want to get into a long on any kind of a potential halt to go into that thing.
All right, we're going to go long on Apple here if it takes out this high, 173.20. I just feel like the market wants to go a little bit here off of that bottom, so we do want to be in Apple if the market does go, but I am noticing also Alibaba, so we might get an Apple very soon. 173.20 break, we're going to get into it, but we do notice like it was just up there and it just fell 50 cents. So, you know, if we're going to be into Apple, we got to, you know, understand that this trade may take a while to develop, as right now the market is falling back down. So we should have actually gone over to DraftKings and see if that did pop up, because I think that's a short idea that I do favor. It only went to 26 and change right there. So this is going to be a name to look at if the market does fade, but nothing's really coming into any of the levels that I like here, guys. So I'm not into anything other than right now AMC, and that's kind of just good to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to start looking to get into Marin because it's held the first level at 450. I just did it again where I talked about one stock and looking at the wrong chart. Sorry, guys. 450 to 460 on Marin. I'm just watching ABSI because I got second leg at 9, and I'm looking like it's looking like it's consolidating. So if it pops, I want to be ready to try to retake it short in that 925 to 950 range. But I was talking about MRIN, and that name, I thought it was going to make some kind of a I thought it was going to make some kind of a move into that 460 level, but it's essentially just barcoding down here below that 450. So I might just short it off of this, give it up to like 60s, but I'm not going to chase anything in this environment. And by the way, I just I said it might not have enough volume to be a good trade, but if you're into penny stocks, the second I took the short on an ATHE from yesterday, someone popped in on the offer at 99.5 for like 1 million shares, and I was shorted, so I actually added to it at 98, at 98.5. I just added to it, jumping in front of them, and it's starting to flush already. That $1 level on these, whether it's Sundial or this or anything, it doesn't really make a difference. Starts to really flush. Oh, I didn't reverse on DWAC there. No! Did you get short?
No, what is DWAC?
DWAC broke that 55. I actually just got out of it. If you took the short on 55, I just got out of the long. It immediately went a quick dollar, so you could have scalped that. But nothing's really going crazy, except for, you're not going to want to hear it, Rivian now down $2.50. So I never actually got into that.
Yeah, Rivian was another one of those plays that we really liked, man, but like you, Neil, unable to get into Rivian right there on the downside. So we'll hopefully be able to get into that at some point, but for right now, it does not look like that's going to be a play that we can get into right now. So, yeah, DWAC, no, I did not take that 55 break. I was actually going to try to go 55 long, but it doesn't look like that's coming through either. So we'll wait to see on DWAC. It's kind of not moving. I still try to be patient with this down here at 52 and change here on DWAC. So we'll have to wait to see where that goes. Other than that, we do have a new position on Ford just starting up right now, so hopefully that can pay off here a bit. And we did that dip buy into this area. I am waiting a lot lower here. We'll see if 24 can crack, but right now long Ford off of some of these levels there yesterday. So yeah, so far so good, but a lot of trading to happen here. Maybe we'll get a piece out at 50 and then see if the rest wants to fly on Ford.
Rivian about to take 84.
Rendo.
Big move for Discovery here, right out of the gate, guys. 10% at one point. We came back through 28 there, so on the way back down, just checking on DISCA with a big move today.
Rivian just took it. I mean, it just tried to take 84. Of course, they get bad. So I finally get into it. And it's like, instead of shorting the top, I'm trying to short a breakdown when it's already gone through the bottom here. I'm going to give it a little bit, but I don't want to get too frisky with it. It was a flash crash yesterday, and I said I don't think we're going to get another one today. And then, of course, I play off like it's going to happen. If it breaks through like 85 quarter, I don't want to give it too much room and get stubborn about it. And the bigger mover right now is GameStop just flushed down to 150. So, you know, it looks like it's not going to halt. Well, I doubt it's going to halt down because it's a 15 minutes, but you get down to this 148 to 150 and things get pretty frisky. That ABSI just keeps on crashing, and that penny stock is continuing to flash down as well. And then I missed out on MRIN, but GameStop, if it gets down to 150, it might catch a little bit of a bit. I try to catch that one a bounce. I did think it would have a second leg in it at some point, and I don't think this will be a done story just because it's sold off the open. We've seen this happen before, Brennan.
Tough week for Space. Virgin Galactic trying to bounce here as well this morning. Took out 12 there at the open on volume. So on the move for Space, guys.
That's another one. See, I mean, you can throw that into the bucket with like something like an Affirm where things get under pressure and they start to head to the downside, but you've got to pick and choose which ones you like best. Right now, I was just watching that 150 and missed a chance to slam in there as 151 held on GameStop. They didn't quite get close enough to 150 that I think I would have had an actionable trade, but GameStop still pretty active. DWAC, I don't know if it's dead yet, but you know, I already got stopped out at 55. This is the minute chart. It's now consolidating down below that 55 range. You know, I guess the hint should have been that there wasn't a lot of pre-market volume on these. Like, neither one. When I sat down, I was like, I am surprised. I thought I'd see 5x the volume on both those names when I sat down this morning, and that could have been a hint that we might not see sustained moves right at the open. At least I got out of GameStop's profit, but DWAC was just a hit for a couple of bucks there. We'll see what happens to it. Rivian, I'm not averaging into this one when taking the down break. It either tries to hold this level here, or I just got to get out. I think the better short is up at the top, so I'm going to want to go to the grave with shorting them on.
Yeah, we should have probably got out more there on Ford. Ooh, I just get to the wrong order. Ford, a nice win there. We're only in one stock today, so so far so good on that one. I don't know if we should hold this or not, but Ford starting to rip back to the upside. I was just going to get out at 70 there, but we'll see if Ford wants to get back in. He took that trade a clean 1 in, 1 out there for Ford. We still have half of this trade on board for Ford. We're waiting to get better prices here as we go, guys. Discovery, yeah, nice little move on Discovery. I didn't even notice that, so that's a good one there. And then as we're going to go, that's what about Viacom C?
I should have done nothing but trade ATH.
Yep, exactly. That's what day trading is all about, I guess. Picking the winners and trying to not have too many losers on board, right? And I mean, that's why I'm being very, very patient here. We have a 35-cent winner. Yes, sir. Big time. Fail. No, wrong button. Big time win here on Ford as it's ripping to the high side. So far, so good here on this. Let's see what happens with Brendan at the 61.
Yeah, a lot of these communication stocks trying to go here. You mentioned via C, there's Discovery. There's also AT&T, guys, just popping up on huge volume. Just got through some levels from yesterday for key as well.
Oh my. MRI, I just got a new position alert for me. I'm in MRI, and I got stopped out on Rivian, so it's the closest key to me. We'll do that for Rivian, and only because I don't mind. I took a trade that I did want to have through the bottom and stuck to my rules, but the trade we like better was through the top. Finally got into Marin. Is it Marin? I always forget what I'm supposed to say. But it's lower highs that I'm anticipating it might put in. I think that 450 level is going to be the real big one, and then we'll see what happens at 460. Just like did a nice little volume pop there. Not necessarily bigger than the open volume, but that might give me a chance to reload and just fail at 450. Not reload, that haven't taken anything out. And then it looks like GameStop might have put in a little bit of a bounce here. 155 has now been held. I'm not turning into okay, I think it's going to be a short for the rest of the day kind of thing. And the reason for that is the higher low from the morning, that 150 has still been held. And as long as we're holding this level, I kind of feel like there's going to be a chance at a pop here in GameStop. The consolidation is pretty undeniable on the daily chart here, so I wouldn't give up that this is necessarily done, although the longer it lingers without breaking out, obviously that sort of is a vote against it. This ATH, I was saying I should have never traded anything else because this was my best stock yesterday. And sometimes you just go back to the well, and I said it was defending a buck, and then yesterday, so it was shorting it at 18s to 20s into $1, and if it broke a buck, you just got to short this one. Well, that's what happened in a matter of minutes, all the way down to 87, now holding below 90, and someone just jammed the offer at 98.5. For over 1 million shares on the level 2, and there was liquidity at 98. We could have just hit the short there, so it is what it is. Obviously, it's coming on. That ABSI looking pretty good, although it's not really. It's falling, but it's not dying. This is not capitulating, which I would expect. So it might still catch a bit of a bid. My next out's going to be down here around that 850 level. Just want to make sure I'm taking profit all the way down because this one could start to go.
Yep, I'm going to look at NIO here as some of these electric car makers starting to really go here. Lucid's going. We'll see if NIO can take out this 30 level. We want to go long there for sure if that breaks, man. Look at Palantir, another name that we really like. We're now short DraftKings 27. May not work. Look at Palantir, guys, 1710. We should be long. I thought I had a bid to go long through Palantir here. Yeah, so it's just taking out these tops. We're going to go long Palantir now, I guess, on a break through 1710. There it goes. For some reason, we just got executed at 1712, but I don't know why that happened. But there we go. So upside here on Palantir, we like it. We'll see if they can go DraftKings into that short as well right now. So yeah, a few things starting to develop now as the market is starting to take off. Look at AMC, guys. Yeah, let's go, baby. On AMC, a nice little ripper to the upside now as it just went up to 24.20 there. Let's put an offer. If we can get anything up there, that'll be a good trade for us on AMC. So far, so good here, guys. Ford, 40 cents in the money on Ford, guys. What's up, Fred?
I mentioned UBS out on Kohl's and some of the other retailers. Yeah, they don't seem to care. Here goes KSS, ripping back higher. We held 46.5 there. Straight to the upside for Kohl's.
Kohl's getting on the run there. Just got to reload on MRN as it just goes barcoding at that 450. As long as it holds it, I'm going to definitely like that. I want to come quickly to Alibaba. That just broke out through the high. I did think there was a fade opportunity, but I don't think it's until closer to 135, and it looks pretty strong. It's got the Munger bouncer. I guess whatever we're calling it. You can call it the Munger bouncer. Sure. Interest because of that, right? So that's the only reason it's really moving here. There was actually bad news from the Chinese regulators when it comes to algorithms and sort of cracking down on that. And yet SGFY. Baba rallying into a 137.
Guys, there we go, guys. Palantir, look at this, man. Yes, sir. On that one, bing. For PLTR, nice movement upside there. We're just taking out, yeah, let's go. Look where we're long Palantir, guys. 11s right now on PLTR. So as that name continues to move up, why not take another piece out upside here? 27s. There it is. Ding, ding, ding. So we're out of 30% of Palantir already to the upside. That one working. So we like that. Ford, 35 cents in the money, but just stopped at 25. So that could be a level of concern for me there. Let's put an offer outside on Ford. This market just rallied. So, like, you know, we got to take advantage of some of these plays. Upside movement right now on Ford. So that's going to be one to look at right now. DraftKings is not working. Wow, whatever. I'm out of the money. 12 cents here on DraftKings, so we'll wait for that. And good thing we catch out a little bit on Palantir on this movement to the upside. Now all we need to go. Come on, we're right here. I thought I was at 10. Oh no, what am I at on AMC? I am at 10, so I'm at 24.10 here. Take a piece out. There it is. So we just get hit there at 24.10. Now AMC starting to rip upside right now. 35 cents on AMC. That's a win. 30 cents on Ford. That's so far so good. New position alert. We are now into NEO. Wow, in what a day here. We weren't into much to begin with, and now I've got 6 positions. Okay, we also just take Apple as a new position as well. WTF? What are you doing, Sean? You have too many positions. 6 positions, all in big names. So we got to pay attention to this one. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, a firm just popped in for me there, guys. So it did make the pop. Well, it hasn't rolled yet. The pop into that 83. I talked about liking this one at Rivian. I didn't get Rivian. We get a firm here off of yesterday's high. I'm going to quickly start to scalp it out down towards 82. I look at this 82 level. This level from the afternoon 81.50, and then pre-market highs are on 82. I want to make sure I'm taking profits out in front of it. So I'm going to slap on the bid, see if we can get that poppy set idea working. Marin just broke the highs. There was a super chat, and we hate missing any of them. And I was asking about BEKE here, so I will pop it up. Thank you guys for all the super chats. You can see it's a pretty crazy and hectic morning, but if it's moving, we care. BEKE, which had a big run in it yesterday, but a 10% move, is making another run today. Just broke the 50 period, but check it out. You got this 21 level on the daily. If I can do my 15-minute and wants to load for me here, you do have this level here where I think it's going to be some sellers that come right into this at 2060. It hasn't gone enough to halt, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that, but it's right into a resistance point where there was a ton of chop. Look how long it held this range from about 2025 to 2060 when it got there. A lot of times you see that and you can find some resistance there, but thank you for that super chat. And Brendan, I believe.
Looks like some executive changes for Roku, guys. Some people talking about Roku. Scott Rosenberg to step down as Senior VP and GM of the platform business. So it got flushed off the open there, down about $10, but bouncing back for Roku.
Okay, there goes Palantir, guys. I'm just, honestly, I can't even pay attention to the super chats or anything right now. Ford, 28 cents in the money, 30 cents in the money. Apple, 40 cents in the money. AMC, we just took a nice piece out there at 24.10. That's a big winner for us. Palantir, we just talked about that as well. So, and then we are trying to pay attention right now to DraftKings. Look at Apple as well. Apple, go Apple. We're at 75 for a nice win on this one. Let's go, Apple. If we can get this out at 75, we will take it. 173.75. Another 50-cent winner to go here on AAPL. What's up, B?
Chinese name super strong once again today, guys. We saw this in the afternoon yesterday. Here's Pinduoduo just popping up on volume day highs. 6.5% for PDD.
I'm adjusting some stuff. One thing you always want to do here is you get some take profits and you have it stop out, adjust it for the correct amount of shares so I don't reverse into something that I do not want. So just doing that on a firm, as that looks like it's heading down towards that 82. It's in the money for me, and the trend is looking good for the reversal. You got to pick the names that you want to fade, right? Like, you're not seeing me jump over and short anything that's legit off of these highs when the market's running. It's going over to a firm, and maybe I didn't try Rivian just now, but I think I might take a look at a GameStop. We said if we could hold 150. It's now like really being put to the test. 150 now on the bid at GameStop, and again getting cracked. So the only good decision I think was, and I talked about this, and it wasn't.
JWEL.
$4 level.
ISIG is a beast, says Dominic. Okay, so we only have 30% of Palantir left, but we did try to get more out here at 25, like we talked about. It was hitting that level and not breaking. I think you guys remember saying that, but you know, now you got to start to fall back in here. So we'll hold on to this a little bit. We've already sort of cashed in on Palantir, but giving some more levels here for concern for me for PLTR. I mean, basically down in here in the 1680s could be a level where we start to reload a little bit. So I think we'll look to do that as well. And then just noting that 1660 down there is going to be an area of concern because that's going to be the pre-market levels. And I don't want to zoom back out to see what happened yesterday. We already know that, so I'm not going to use any of these levels really. It's more just like where we were in the pre-market down here as an area of concern. So we'll average back down in if it comes into the 1680s or so. But as the market starts to fall down, you're seeing what's happening right now with DraftKings. It comes all the way back. Our average price is 40, so we just took some out there at 50. So that's a 10-cent hit on DraftKings. But now we have it. Hopefully, we have this making the downside now. As my average price hasn't changed, I took out 10% there. Just wanted to make sure that, hey, we took something off and didn't come back in. So still waiting for a lot lower prices here on DraftKings, which is fine. My net's actually going up because we actually had, you know, a lot of shares here on DKNG. So as this one starts to fall, the net's going up despite some of these other names starting to slip a little bit. We still have Apple in the money, 25 cents. But I just noticed, like this level here yesterday, up here, sorry, 174.20. Like I should have noticed those levels and I didn't. And look where we ripped up to today, 174.15. So should have paid attention to that. We'll get out of Apple if it does go below where we're in. So we really messed that up. But wow, DraftKings, let's go. DraftKings all the way back down to the downside right now. So this thing, like, it is cracking lower as the market starts to crack. And I'm happy, even though I'm long, it's because I'm way overweighted here on DKNG. It's not like it's tanking that much, but it's a nice move back down into the 20s here for DraftKings. And there goes Apple. So Apple falls to the downside. Still a profitable name. When you're out for 70-cent wins and then you get out for your last piece at exactly flat, that's a good trade for me. But I'm just going to worry about DraftKings right now. Put some bids in the 20s here.
Yeah, and I just got an ABSI. We can be happy about it, I guess. I didn't want to look at gift horse and I haven't used that in a while. So I took just over a buck on the last out of that trade. But I'm watching QNRX, which I believe made it to our watch list. I want to say it's true. Let's send a share. So we're going to pay for locates. It just broke back out, putting in some decent volume. But you flip on over to the old daily or the 15-minute chart. Probably a little bit of a better look. You go all the way back to the last time it did volume this big. And right up about here, 250 to 265, that was your cluster of failure. So that's what I'm looking at again. Like if it gets up to that last price where it was churning through volume, I think it's going to run into resistance. Dogs is I mean, it keeps getting close. It's halted twice, right? So once it halts twice, it's usually looking for the chance to think about shorting it. But it's gotten to like 94 and consolidated lower, but still managing to hold a pretty good bit. So I think I almost wanted to test one more time into the upside before I think about getting into this one to the south side. But it is a short that I'm looking for. Yeah, now I'm starting to look a little bit weak, so I might start into something here. If I can get like 70s, 75, like that would seem like a better point. Too far away from that $4 level. But showing signs of running out of steam here. I don't want to say it's done just yet. And DWAC, just when I thought it was going to break back out, it looked like it was all, for all intents and purposes, about to break 58. It's a it looked like it was going to maybe consolidate at 57, break the top, but slams back down, and now this one's gotten away. So I'll find myself again canceling my stock order for a breakout on DWAC. That and GameStop against both of them are a little bit disappointing.
All right, so we're reloaded right now on Ford. Comes right back in. So you can see my average price now is 32. So there we go. We're right long at this price. So we put on a big position for Ford. So we'll see. I mean, not big, but we're only going to give this one back down to 20. Well, it's good. To 24.25. If we break back down below this level, especially what's happening right now in the market, starting to come back. So it looks like this will come out. But Ford right now, we can definitely afford taking a 8 cent hit on this if it does go. Oh, by the way, look what's happening with DraftKings right now. DKNG, so we're still watching that Ford trade. I don't want to forget about that, but look at DraftKings all the way back down 70 cents now in the money on DKNG. You right over there, Robbie, my man? We'll see if this can continue on going back down to the downside. We are trying to bid some 27s, but maybe that's a little bit. So there's Ford. Ford out. So Ford just turned red on the name. So Ford, tick, I guess. First thing, the Ford bubble right now temporarily. Anyways, okay, DraftKings, I see you. I'm sitting here at 27 flat, guys. We're short. This is Demonte for me. We are short right now. Okay, let's take it out. I think it's going to take some pieces out here instead of talking, but we just took a piece out at 5 there on DraftKings. We're short 64s, and we averaged in, boy. This is that level that we talked about. The same thing was coming up here. We're going to put on a position up here that we like, and there it is. DraftKings now my biggest winner of the day as it continues to make moves. Apple's a nice move for me today as well. And we did reload right now, so let's see what AMC does. We have some drop-off spots here. We've reloaded this name a couple of times. Average price 35, so it's not great. We may just dump it. I could dump this right now and still be flat on the name. So we could do that right here, but let's see if AMC wants to make some moves back up to the upside. It was a nasty day. We do want to make sure that we watch GME as well if we're going to be on this AMC tip, but good day so far, like an amazing day, turned around huge by Mr. DraftKings.
And NVIDIA making a break of afternoon support just now. 277 got taken out of the market. Look, it's heading back to the downside here. So, it's been whipsaw action, but the opening range is actually maintained on the NASDAQ. It touched the top a couple times. Now going to be retesting the low, but if we can hold that bottom again on NVIDIA, like we might get a bit of a scalp. Like I said, I was waiting for 275. Like that was the level that was first ready to try and take anything on this name to the long side. I think maybe that's going to start to come into play here. So patience. This is what happened to me on Tesla yesterday, where I was way too early in trying to catch a bounce. Ribbon, you waited for the capitulation, and it was fantastic. Tesla getting too early and lose your day. So I want to wait for the level that I think I like here at NVIDIA, a couple of dollars away from it just now. That QNRX was the name that I think was brought there. It was on our watch list. It doesn't make it to that 250 before failing. So sometimes you can wait for the best level, and be patient with it, and it doesn't give you that opportunity. It's not dead yet, but the volume really starting to taper off. This gets back below $2, and I might think about shorting it a little bit from here. But watch out, the market's starting to reverse. I don't think that matters for dogs. For these small caps, and again, it was so beaten up yesterday. I don't think it really cares what the market does. Ultimately, it just faded off that $4 range. I'm short at 80s here. I got my bids in this range, and if it cracks 350, I do want to hold on to some back down towards the top end of this, like 325, 330 range. But after a couple of halts, I did want to prefer that short. Hopefully the market bounces. I'd like to see it happen, but I want to get into NVIDIA first, so drop a little bit further.
We're doing a lot of reloads here, guys, today. NEO, we finally wait to put on a piece here. Now our average price $29.73. So this has come right back in again here for NIO. So this is our average price, $29.73. It's one in here, one in again. So let's see if we can go back up to the upside on that name. Obviously, DraftKings just broke above and tricked me. Just broke above 27 there. We got another piece out. Otherwise, we just got to fill at 95. So hopefully this can come down. Now I'm going to hold this, hopefully the rest of the day, and we can get back down into here. But that's a lie. I do have a bid at 26.60, right where we sort of started this whole thing. So we do have a bid down there. And then guess what? AMC, we just took it out. It just went right back up to where we're long. We took out a piece. Now we'll see if AMC can fly to the upside as well. Looks like Apple probably retracing a little bit. No, Apple, good out on Apple, guys. That dropped all the way to 172.50. Hello. So that was a good one for us. Brendan, give it to us.
Another one trying to bounce after 52-week lows yesterday, guys. Lemonade just popping up on volume here. Nice look so far today, anyways, for Lemonade. $36 up to 40 for LM. So, I mean, like, I have things on my pull board sometimes because I hold them, but I just noticed this and we just talked about it in the chat. I was like, it's crazy. Sometimes I think people are reading minds. And someone asked, like, is it a time for a good short on this? The reason why a firm over something like this to find a short, or maybe people look at like Rivian's, Lemonade does usually pretty terrible volume in the day trade. It's over 1 million today, so you might have to throw that one out the window and say it's going to be tradable when it does that kind of volume, because a million shares, man. And this is the last time it popped up 39.50. So short answer, yes. Long answer, there was a wick top a few days ago, and it did break this. And it broke through 40. So I'd almost rather see it consolidate a bit before jumping in, but it'd be a short, and then 40.50 is up, not $40 even. Usually I think we have free shorts. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I do like it if it can hold a little bit here. Good volume on the stock today. You don't usually get that, and who let the dogs out? Ooh, yeah. There we go, dogs. Oops, that's still a 15-minute chart. It did just try to break that 350, so I did get a bunch out here for 360. My other bids are now 340 to 350, and then waiting for VWAP as we go to Brendan again. Another one moving to the downside this time. NYT, New York Times, announcing a deal for the Athletic yesterday, $550 million. NYT straight southbound on that news today, down 10%.
Okay, yeah, Athletic, yeah, they were building a little fortress there, and it looks like they just got paid. Good for them, so good for them. Okay, so Neo averaged in there, so let's see if this can make some moves back up to the upside, especially if the market goes. I think we got this one. We are now in, another profitable name for us today, AMC. We just bought this at 23. It's at 23.40 right now. Starting to go back up to the upside. We've been waiting on Palantir to do something, not happening. DraftKings, we took another piece out as it broke above VWAP one more time, so 27.05. I mean, we're short at 27.74. This one is my number one stock today. So we are going to celebrate that and hopefully be able to have some nice wins to count here on AMC. So we'll wait to see where we go from here on that one. But right now, AMC trying to get some out at 20. Sorry, that's DraftKings. AMC. Oh, we just got it out. Okay,
hang on.
Good. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's a wick bottom on GameStop. I know you're trading AMC. That's the only reason I wanted to interrupt. There's a wick bottom on GameStop through this 147 level, and now it's looking like it wants to reclaim 150. Look how this looks on the 15-minute chart. Like you're breaking back through previous resistance and 150 if you can take this out, and you've made a couple of wicks to the downside. So this could be the moment to be waiting for, and I might get back into this with a long flat. But 150 is the level. It has to be above that for me to want that long.
All right, and there it is. So we'll just go, yeah, buddy, on that one. And I don't have the hot dog cannon thing here, but we'll just do this one. And we'll put hot dogs everywhere here as we go, because that's a good win for us on AMC. We just reloaded, and we hit the reloaded button to let you guys know. Right here, 23 loaded up, back out there. Some out 20, some out 44 on AMC. So we'll hold it now. We're long 23.10. We did want to get some pieces out there in case this market just kept on puking to the downside. It looks like it is trying to do. We are almost out. We should have taken advantage of Neo up there when it went right back to flat for us. We did it, so that's obviously my bad on that one. We should have taken this out. We got a great average in there to save the price, and now it's coming back down. So Neo is going to be a loser for us here today. Probably the only stock that is on the board here as a loser today is going to be NIO, and that's if it breaks through 50, which it's going to do. It's just I should have taken it out for positive there, or for flat, sorry, and then kept these wins here early. But we tried Neo, and I like to try that every day. So I'm okay with that play on NIO. Yeah, Marin up 30% again here. I know we've looked at that a little bit. I just got out of Neo. Marin today is up 30% and still moving, I guess, up to 450 right now. So obviously a halt candidate when it's trading at these prices. Hasn't yet though.
No, not yet.
Marin.
If it breaks 5 though.
Yeah, needs to go.
Yeah, like that 5 level. I mean, I'm now short in front of it, but I know if it breaks that 5, it's gonna be trouble. Omar was asking in the chat about dogs. I just got some out in front of 350, and they asked, was it a refresher at 350? There's just a 50,000K bid sitting on 350 on dogs, and the halt price was just above that. So that's the support that's being put in. It's not a refresher. Someone just has a large size bid. If it gets churned out, I'll use that momentum to get out. I did take an extra leg out, so now only 40% left in the position. This can't turn into a loser unless I miss my stop. Like I would have to knock it out if it took out the top, which it's not going to happen. Let's just say I'm not going to make that mistake. And then it was GameStop. I was looking for potentially make a break. Obviously, this happened on DWAC too. It's like it looks like it's going to hold the bottom and then break out a key level, and then the second I put a stop in, break the level, it then runs away from it. So again, I'm canceling that order. NVIDIA finally getting down to that 275. So it's now wick bottomed at 275. I always want to see it bounce off a level like that. The market's still coming down a bit. Now I want to see if I can grab along on a consolidation, if it even wants to try to consolidate. If I get 276 half or so, which is exactly what I bid, I'm looking to risk about $1.50 then slippage. And then if you look at the range upside here, this is about, this is $2. So that's, if you get out in front of that, that's 1-to-1 to the bottom. And then VWAP up here sort of presents you with a 2-to-1 to the bottom. That's the structure I'm looking for on NVIDIA. Allow it to finally get, this is like yesterday with Tesla, the equivalent chart on Tesla, and I was long here and then long here and then get out and then long again. Hopefully that's not the way that we play this today. It gets to that 275, holds the line, find a consolidation long, and then just stick to the plan this time. Right? Don't be Leroy Jenkins. Don't be that guy.
All right. Yes, you don't want to be ever. Well, maybe sometimes Leroy Jenkins. Every now and then. Every now and then. Yep. Okay, so it's a good thing that we were getting out of. We were a little bit upset. We were getting not upset, but when we were getting out of DraftKings, we're being disciplined. I think is the right word when it was breaking back above VWAP 327. So right now, just to report, we have about 20% or so of the position left here on DraftKings. So I do want to reload this if it gets back into the 60s. So that's a name and a trade that I am looking to do right now. So we're long Ford now 27. So Ford's just come in. I was wondering if that little wick bottom there was one of those wick off bottoms that I like there. So we'll wait to see if that is the case. The only problem is it's not followed by volume, as you guys can see right there. There's no volume following that wick, so that's generally not a great sign, but I just thought I would try one more time down here and then get out if we break below 20. I know that bottom is actually 18, so let me just make sure we switch that over, but Ford trade, we get that out if it does break below that 18 level there, which is that wick bottom. So we do have a big position on for Ford again, but I've been saying that for a bit. So, hey, if we break that, then we're going to be gone on Ford. But again, taking a shot here. And I think it's early enough in the day. It's only 10:20 that if some of these levels want to hold, we do have a chance to get a bigger winner. So for me, take a 10-cent hit right now on Ford. Believe me, well worth it into a level that I don't mind taking. So, hey, if it happens, it happens. I don't want to get out of everything, but I'll get out of 75% if it takes down that wick right there on Ford. So we'll wait for that one. Everything working out pretty good, though. AMC, good outs on the top side near VWAP right there, and now coming back in. So good for us on AMC, a light position. We'll see if we can hold the rest of it. But over at the big screen, Mr. Wickens, what's up, bud?
Hey guys, yeah, busy morning. As far as small caps are concerned, lots of opportunity here. It's one of those days where great day, but left a lot on the table as far as opportunity is concerned. ABSI was talking about here just before we got open at 9:25. 9:40, 9:50 is a bit of an area, depending on how you're looking at it. 10, and then it said 10:50 was the top of the pre-market on the big side. I was looking at some of these areas as far as targets were concerned, but obviously, as I said, left a bit on the table for ABSI. HGSI, an interesting move as well. Give you a really tight quick stop there at 275 right before the open. There was just no bid on this at all, no bounce whatsoever going into the open.
TRT.
All the way down to 230 now for HGSH. And then I wanted to show you this MRIN because it ends up being very strong. If you're looking at fade, it's probably a better trade up here than when I took it, but I was just using 450 down to the bottom end for 4 on MRIN. Guys, back over to you.
We are getting close right now to the tipping point on that board. So as the market just keeps on coming down, this is fine. Like, I'm actually glad to have I'm glad to have like hit this to the short. I mean, I'm not short, but I'm glad that we're trying these levels right now with tight stops. We did just get out to 75% on that break, and now I guess we just wait until 24. If that breaks, then we're going to be out of this name for sure. But it looks like today, in the net market coming down, ES also coming down, the NASDAQ coming down. There's really no safe place to hide, it doesn't look like. Rivian was a great short idea. I'm all over that on the sticky note, but it's just, you should have traded some of these pops, but Rivian, the short is still there, and I love the short here. It's the number one idea that we have on our sticky note today. Actually, TWAC was on there as well, but that's a name that we're looking at. Look what else is happening right here as DraftKings, adios, and goes all the way back down to the downside. This is a dollar winner right now for us on DKNG, and a good thing we didn't reload there. We were waiting a little bit more, but here we go, man. This is making like all my other trades just seem minuscule right now, but DraftKings to the downside, a big win. This is a dollar now in the money. I'm on the bid in the 40s, but I think I'm going to put a piece right now. That's a big move down. We've got to be a little bit more diligent and take a piece out when that kind of move happens. So DraftKings right now with a dollar in the money, and that was the name I was most worried about. Wow.
Diligent is a school word coming from John. I've always wanted like an algo that actually can track like how often we say certain words and like blah, blah, blah. It would be fun just to see because we talk so much all day long. Dogs came right back up to this $4 level, rejected. So actually, it'll seem like I got in on the way up. I didn't. It actually had bounced off of 94 very quickly on that 1 minute chart, and then it got some more shares in here at about 86.5. If it breaks 4 even, like I said, I'm out of this thing if it breaks 4. I just tested 4 once again. I don't, it's halted twice, which is probably the reason why. Like, I just went long, but this long, candidly speaking, because it's about the halt. You want to get more shares in the halt? I actually reversed long for less shares. So this is less shares that I'm long at 407 than I had shorting each time. And that's because it's already halted twice. Now, I did try to get more shares on the halt there, but I didn't, I actually didn't get filled a bit of it, as you can see. I'll always take some out on the reopen trade. And the only reason why this would have been like a full position to the long side, like I said, it's already come really far, and it's already halted twice. So long on the third halt, I do have it, but it is for less shares. So it won't be necessarily gangbusters. I was just saying in the chat, by the way, NVIDIA, there goes NVIDIA, because my stop was at that 75, the wick bottom, so I was like, it's imminently about to break down, I'm going to get out. It then holds the level, so holding the line on NVIDIA, almost barely though, it feels like it's only a matter of time before this one does come in. We'll see what happens, but I do still like this trade. If this is the low and the NASDAQ can hold up here, I think we're in a good spot, but obviously the market has had some trouble holding those bottoms. NVIDIA for now, sells to 75. It's not feeling like it's going to ultimately, but I still have my stop in. I think we follow the rules here, so if it breaks, then I'm out. Otherwise, I've got my targets placed in. Dogs, we'll see what happens on the reopen, although it's tapping. And when I say tapping, what I mean is the actual theoretical auction price, which is the place where it opened. If it opened right now, that's sitting at $4. It just went to $4.12, so it's not really indicating a higher open. My long was on the break, so technically now it's indicating $4.34. It'll be a 5-minute hold.
Global Founders apparently getting thumbs down, but I never get thumbs down.
I don't actually own it yet, which is crazy. I talk about it every day, but I haven't bought it yet.
All right, hey, what's up, Sean DeBot? He wants one that says Frisky for your. Sean, you're not even a member, bro. I mean, you gotta member up on that one there. He wants to know how many times you say Frisky. I think so, apparently. Shout out to everybody there. So we're looking at reloading AMC. AMC's been a good trade for us today. Obviously, we're positive on the name, but as you can see, it just made that little bottom, and I was thinking to myself, like, where do we want to get more shares in? So I look over at the sticky note and I wrote down here 2250. So I'm going to try to stick to that. That's where we were waiting. It only went down to 2275. That would have been a sick reload opportunity down there, but we didn't do it. We were trying to wait for a little bit better there. 2250. We still have a lot of this garbage down here on AMC as support. So that's kind of what we're waiting for. We did get a little bit stingy, I guess, maybe on that bid. We could have been buying on the way down, but we just wanted to sort of wait on that move. DraftKings, a nice trade as well. Look what we got out of that piece down there. And I was just saying, when DraftKings fell that fast right there, basically from 35 down to 80 in about 5 minutes or so, that's worth taking that out as it's a dollar winner for us. So we're going to take that as much as we can. Look at Ford, guys. Yeah, you're funny, Ford. Yeah, get out of here, man. Honestly, like, this could have been just a way bigger. This would have been a day maker, but we got stopped out on that leg, and then it makes another one down here to 16, and I said we're holding 25%. So honestly, to get out of that and still hold that 25%, it's actually going to turn out to be close to a winning trade, because this drop down, we were long at 25, we got out at 18, that's a 7-cent hit. We're now in the money 10 cents, but only on a quarter of it. So if this can get back up to where I'm expecting it to, around 50, then net it'll be about a flat trade, but we obviously had the full boat on there. And then time for another reload here on an idea that really has worked off of previous levels. We haven't really tested down here yet on Palantir. Obviously, we had a big move yesterday down on the downside here on Palantir, but these are the levels that we were playing off earlier, 18, right? 1780 and 18. Now Palantir is making new lows here, as a lot of these names are, and it's in this area now. So there's that 1660. That's an out to consider on Palantir if you were loaded up and you're like, you know what, this name is one that I sort of hitched my wagon to. I wouldn't do that, but down here 1660, maybe even this level 1667. Something to look at there, but I don't know, man. This is the areas we're talking about, so I think you got to watch out. That wick down to 1650, so I'm going to wait for a 1650 break. If that happens on Palantir, then yeah, we're DOA on that, but I only have about a third, 30% of the position that I actually want on this name right here, so hopefully a little bit movement down here into the 70s, and then that'll give us a little bit of cushion into 50. So yeah, bid's going to happen about 65 for me. Put on the exact same amount of shares we have now, bring our average price down, and gain 1650. And hey, if it tumbles, it tumbles. What are we supposed to do?
And Discovery, thank you guys in the chat. Discovery making an absolute run here, up and still churning. It just broke the $30 level, up 17%. Crazy move. Someone in the chat was like, get out of your short in Marin. I haven't talked about it in a while, but I can tell you my trailing stop is right around VWAP. If it breaks 460, I'm going to cover the rest. Otherwise, I'm sitting on the bid in front of 420. So that's all I'll be doing on MRIN. I hadn't talked about it because there wasn't really anything exciting about it. Dog opens up, and I went half size to the long side there. It was I didn't have the halt price. Like, I had 407. It was opened up at 412, so 5 cent win on that position. If it breaks 4, I'm going to, it's literally, as I was saying, if it breaks 4, I'm going to be out. Because it's halted twice, I know the third halt is after a long time open. I'm still thinking short this name, especially if you can hold below this halt price of 407. So we get a consolidation, guys. This might just be a short for the rest of the day after what we just saw in June. So just keep in mind how far. It was $9 yesterday at stock. It fell to 3, so it does have a lot of room if it were to continue to fill in the gap. But after 3 halts, I'm usually
Alrighty, guys. So far so good, to be honest with you today. We're just waiting on some of these other plays. What else do you guys want us to look at here as we're trying to find some new names? I see AMD is a popular name on the chat, so let's have a quick look here. Obviously, we noted yesterday, even in strength, that AMD was pretty weak. It never really got going. It was a huge move. Obviously, lots of stuff got going off the bottom, but then you could see here, it was just kept making sort of like lower highs, and then eventually bounced at about 1 o'clock. I've noticed AMD can go on runs in the afternoon, not to mean that we don't want to take along now, but we'll do a little bit more work and see if we can figure out some bottoms on AMD. But right now, back over to Brendan.
Just checking on this JWEL. You remember we were talking about it a little bit. Over the past couple of weeks, had a huge move down, 21 all the way down to $5 as of this morning. Had a big volume spike up to 6 there, but coming back in for Joel was a Chinese retailer, if you remember. Miss B, as we said, off today under the weather. We hope she's feeling a little bit better for Monday, guys. But European markets are pretty positive, actually, to wrap up the week right across the board. So a nice day for Europe with 1 hour to go.
Clear about the chip makers. A lot, well, not the chip makers, but a lot of chip makers in Europe doing really well and presenting good results. I think STM was one of the few trades here as well. But I actually just took a look and we're at 1.7 likes. So I guarantee Miss D is going to be pretty happy to see that. I know she'll be happier if we get to 3K. You guys all know that. We want to see her back, but obviously we wanted to rest up over the weekend, right? Like, so it's all about that. We know Trader Prad is going to do yeoman's work today on the midday show in a half an hour because there was a lot moving. And of course, he's going to be without his sidekick, but he's going to do a fantastic job anyways. And we'll still be around to try to help that out. I said dogs would turn back into a short after that halt. It did try to consolidate. Well, I mean, not try to. It got back towards that second halt high, which was about 395, and then consolidated lower. So I did start entering the trade here. The test is up that halt price at about 4. It halted at 412. My long ended up flipping to 407 there on the 4 break, but 412 is that top. So as long as it holds this line, that's what I'm looking for any kind of an entry. In between 95 to like 405, something like that. And as long as it doesn't break 412, I want to hang in the short. Maybe it just flushes from here and I never get any more shares in. And as I talk about it, that looks like it's what's going to happen. So I'm going to start getting some bids out because I always want stink bids on this just in case it does what it did last time, where it flushes to 350 and then comes back to the upside. You want to make sure you're taking some profit on the way down to VWAP. So I'm going to stick those bids out there just now. And then, of course, if it does get to 350, there's always a chance that it breaks down at that 350 level where someone sat on the bid and managed to hold the line.
So yeah, we will check out some Roblox as well, and you can see AMT just went on one a little bit, all the way back up to 23.15. We actually went right back into the money, but right now I've decided I'm going to put on a little trade here. If it gets back into 80, we just resisted this a couple times down here at 22.75. So well, supported it, I guess, and we should be long in a second. Yeah, it's still there at 80. So okay, so hopefully we come down. We'll get filled up here at 80, and not filled up. We'll just take another long here, just average into this price, just in case that does hold. But then we want to put on more shares back down here near 22.50. We did talk about that one. RBLX, I want to look at that too. I really want to look over at Rivian as that was making a move down. I just typed in NASDAQ on purchase on Roblox. Like, you'd think that would be a NASDAQ stock, but we talk about that all the time. Okay, so this is actually a decent situation here for Roblox. This is what we like, so thank you to everybody for bringing this to my attention here. Anyways, this is forming out now where it's going to obviously break one way or the other. So you're going to have to watch out. This is a good setup. This is consolidation down here. Although Roblox today, it hasn't been super violent. I mean, it's been a nice move down here, but now it's kind of calmed down. Like, it's been calm since 10 o'clock, which is about a half hour here. Roblox kind of just hovering. So what is that, 84.80, and that's 85.80. So we're here in a dollar range, looking to take out one of these sides. What am I? I'm heavier to the... Actually, I'm pretty good. I'm well weighted right now between the longs and the shorts, so I don't have to worry about that exposure. This is not bad here. I'm looking long on this name just because I'm thinking the market could break longer here. If you look at the NASDAQ, it's the same thing. We're just at these bottoms. It actually looks a lot like Roblox here, where we made that bottom there, and now we're barcoding a little bit, so that is the NASDAQ. Either way, you're going to have a trade here coming up on Roblox. It's going to be a drop through this 84.80. What is the spread like? It's okay. Or a break back above 85.60. So, you're really close here. Thanks for this name. Unfortunately, I know we're not really giving out a trade on this, but if we look at a 20-minute, where are we? Yeah, I mean, it's hard to like the long, so this is how it looks. So maybe we'll switch that up and talk about a short here. So yeah, let's look to go short Esther here on a breakthrough 84.85 here on Roblox. Here it goes right now.
Yeah, I mean, if it was just a fail break, well, I wouldn't say fail break. It might have been a fail break. We'll see what happens in the retest. I'm checking out Intel because I just got back into NVIDIA. And it made that wick would be nice. It made that break at 75, and I had a stop out, and I had the chart up, but not the level 2, and then it came right back and snapped up. It's going to try to hold again. I wanted to make sure I got a decent risk to reward, like about $1 here, keeping it a little bit tighter this time. Like, instead of giving it $1.50, giving it $1 this time to the low of the day, we've got to consolidate. So I was just looking at Intel because when I'm starting to think about if there's going to be a chance to get into a value, maybe even that, but I have probably not been selling, so I don't know today. I need to jump into it, but that just broke the low of the day. The momentum can't seem to hold. I've only had like one long at a time. Things keep getting chewed up, and the shorts continue to work. But a lot of that's going to be in the small cap space. I said I would check back in on ATHE, and I was determined that if it came back to $1, I wouldn't be sitting in like over half of the trade. I still have about a third left, but it's found a shelf here at 96.5. But if you look at this, there's no offer at 96.5. It could just be a refresher. There's no million shares or anything on the offer. If it rolls over again, I still love the short in the stock, but it's starting to churn back into the upside. So as good as it was, if it tests $1 again, I think that's going to be my re-entry. Not going to be trapped by just looking at the chart here, because there is nothing on the offer at that 96.5. And I can quickly show you what I mean by that. You see that same barcode on a penny stock? It's done 5 million shares. And it's nothing, it's just 1,000 shares sitting on that offer. I know it's not breaking it, but that's why you're not going to see me short in front of it. Like, it would look like that's a great place to take a rollover, but you got to be able to see a level 2 when you're trading a penny stock.
Okay, so we are into Roblox now, a new position. It does take that out, so we'll wait to see. We are short on Roblox. You know, it wicked down to 84, so I think that's right here an opportunity to take that if it does come back into 84. Obviously, the market's going to have to go. We just analyzed the market for you, and I said this is looking like it's going to test lower as well. And then we looked at Roblox and chose the short rather than the long. And right now, whatever. I mean, we're in the money now. We're short at 80, printing 60 to 20 cents. That's not enough. We're going to see if Roblox can retest something in here. 84. You know what? I might just put it at 84.20, something like that. Right now I'm hitting 84.05-ish, but again, who knows? That's up for debate right now where that's going to go. Because I was thinking the market's going to break, we did take off some risk here on Palantir. Again, we went long at 80, we took them out at 78. Waiting for it to come back down into the downside. The market's going lower. I don't need to be holding on, obviously, to a Palantir as it's been. I mean, you want to talk about a Roblox chart? Actually, Roblox looks a little bit worse than this, I think, but Palantir, again, another name, an Aunt Kathy name. Aunt Kathy bought a couple 100,000 shares of this yesterday again. Doesn't seem to matter. There goes Roblox. Now starting to break. It just needs to break that 84.50. Good win for us so far. We're 30 cents in the money. Maybe 84 is a little bit too greedy on this name, but you know, what is that bottom wick right there? 20? Okay, first piece out. I'm going to put a bid at 84.20 on Roblox.
Yeah, NVIDIA failed again, and dogs goes to 350 again. So it's like history repeating itself. The market comes down to the lows. NVIDIA breaks the bottom. We take another hit on a long trade. And then, you know, this same short, it's the same structure as before, with in between, like we had 3 shorts on it. The second one is going to be the loser, and then reversing to I'd say a failed long. I know it's like get some out of a profit and get the other half lose the same amount. It's a flat trade, that long trade, and then we're back into the short. I'm still always holding on to something, just in case we get a 350 break and it capitulates further. I now want to be shorting off of the whole price, which is 412. So if we pop back up again, I'm going to fade it. I think that this 350 buyer eventually gets taken out, and it's going to be heading southbound here on DOGS. The dogness on the move. Just checking back in on one that we kind of forgot about, which is Alibaba. Babo getting its Munger bounce. I said I wanted to fade it today, but I was looking a little bit higher. I was looking at like 130, like 135, 136, even like a 137 on it, potentially. So it started at 35, 36. It never really got there. It's already rolled over. If the market turns red, there was bad news for the Chinese tech names, especially Alibaba this morning. And you're looking to reclaim this 132 level as the market is testing those lows as we speak. So this could get pretty frisky in Alibaba. This is what it looks like on the 1 minute chart. It's like that 131 half, 131.65 level. We break that, and that's a trend reversal as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, we're sitting on the bid now of Roblox here into the 30s. So if we just get like one little spike down, we have a 50-cent winner for you here on where am I in the 30s here? A 50-cent winner on RBLX. Didn't tell you the exact price, but we just get a 31 right there on the bid. So there's a nice little 50-cent win for us on Roblox. That was a good idea, and thank you to the chat for whoever mentioned that on the chat. Big shout out to you. Thank you for that win, man. That's a good one. That's definitely helping out the net right there on Roblox. A good trade for me. Boom, 50 cents in 5 minutes. We'll take that there on RBLX. As the market is Pratt City right now, $1 in the money as, yeah, the name that we talked about. It's on our sticky note all day, every day today, guys. We want to talk about a sticky note. AMC, we talked about that. That's been a profitable name for me today, and I'm going to review that in a second. Rivian, we wanted to short on Rivian. We thought 90, didn't come in. It went to 88, so you got to be more aggressive. How about shorting DraftKings, guys? That's a #1 name there, so hopefully you're able to see the sticky note, like it, play off of it. Just take it for what it is. You know, it's just some ideas right there. Oh yeah, and then, you know, why are we out of AMC? This is why. We just bought at 23, right? Out 23.30, out, sorry, 23.22. Then a spike up to VWAP, out 44. Then another spike up again, out 33. So look where we're long, 10s, right? So that's 22s, 44s, and 33s. Nice trading on AMC. We'll see if it wants to go back down to that 22.50 area that we are concerned about. But so far, so good here on pretty much everything. Ford is possibly at a reload spot, but we've been wrong on Ford. Ford was still, we're actually negative on Ford today, but Ford at some levels where you may be concerned at $24. So this is a possible, if you do have a little bit of ability to hold in your account, you could take this against the 24, but Ford's been pretty sick today, down that 1.17%. Brendan over there, let's find out what's is this happening now? Sector watch, obviously, as I look over and see a bunch of sectors.
Hey guys, yeah, worth noting coming up shortly here, President Biden's going to speak on the jobs number from this morning. Not that that typically moves the market, but just keep that in mind. We are red, as we all are well aware, 0.31 right now for the S&P. This is the Communication Services Group, as I mentioned there early on. A lot of these having huge days. Discovery leading the way, 17.5%. Couple of upgrades on Discovery today. You can have a look at the K shares, so DISC K versus A. This one's doing way more volume though. It's just noteworthy. Viacom almost 8%. Dish is here. Fox as well, up 2%. Fox A as well. EA Sports, a few others in this group having huge days. T-Mobile to the downside, worth noting. There's a TNT Luminant as well in positive territory. Everything else, though, kind of choppy, as we've been saying, back and forth. For the tech group, was trying to get back to positive territory, right back down now. Software, semiconductors leading the way. Some of the travel names are having a decent day so far. Cruise lines and airlines back in positive territory. These are all the airlines down here. Delta, AAL, UAL, and Love. About 2+% across the board. Consumer staples in pretty good shape so far today. Higher on the day. Same story for energy stocks on a nice bump in crude oil. But this group, tech stocks, leading the way to the downside, offsetting along with some of the healthcare group. We saw a lot of strength coming from banking names this week. Not so much today. It's basically flat. There are a few that are positive. So, overall, uneventful. That is Alibaba. Back to you.
Something about Alibaba.
I was just about to talk to Alibaba when I came back. How did Brendan know that? That's weird. But anyways, Alibaba. Well, okay, fine. I just got into Alibaba. Now I'm gonna kerfuffle because Brendan somehow did that. Yeah. 131. It just bounced off of here. I mean, I don't think that's terribly significant. What is significant potentially for the market is the ES just broke 46.7, which is the morning's low. The Nasdaq just broke the overnight low at 15.6. So I think a bit of a trend move to the downside. Baba was a name that. There was that negative news, I guess. You didn't care because it's up 4% that came in. So looking for something to reverse, and I like Alibaba here. So we just took the trade off of VWAP. That MRIN, which I'm going to get back to in a quick second here if I can actually get it right. I'm still on that bid in front of that 420 level. However, it's now looking weak enough that if it were to pop back up to what was the pre-market high where I stopped out of my first short at that 460, I got to stop a trail on this at 460 anyways, just cross up to 470. I'd probably reload this. 450 to 455. Starting to think about, okay, it could just be a short the rest of the day. And speaking of dogs, like that bid at 350, which I said is probably about to break it, no, it holds again. This is the second time the dogs has had a bit of a top. This is was coming off a halt and then failing again, and it's still a buyer at 350. So that level, pretty big here on dogs. If it breaks, I think I want to be shorting this break. And if it breaks this, I'm gonna now be, before I wasn't gonna do it, I was just holding some shares. Now I'm gonna short this break if it goes, and if it doesn't, I don't know that I want to reload too aggressively at $4 if it holds me for the second time. But I do want to short it to finally break this level.
Okay guys, Roblox, just Crack City right now. Mamma mia, this is a good one for us here on Roblox, as that continues to make dollars, not cents, here on that one. And then look what else just hit through, man. This is my proudest trade, obviously, today, because it was the #1 name that we talked about in the pre-market. Even when this was ripping against me, I believed in this short. Put on the big position right up here, and then, you know, that was to get out for flat. That's how good our price was, and then boom, we just took a nice little trade there off of 50. So now we're holding a light piece on this name, but again, you know, all the way out on this name. DraftKings just completely falls apart here today, and a big trade for me. I mean, I almost like it almost as much as this trade here. When someone, again, this is exactly the kind of stuff that I like, man. You're bringing this to me, and then I can read the market like this, and boom, Roblox to the downside. Wow, this is now $1 plus in the money on this trade. Like, good. Thank you so much, Super Chats or whoever that was. It wasn't even a Super Chat. It was somebody in the chat room that brought that to my attention. And then, okay, one last time here, you know, Palantir, we're in this trade now. You can see we put on our position now. This is what we want. My average price now is 71. Palantir's been a flat trade for me today. We made money. Well, it's a positive stock, but I'm unrealized right now against you. This was a good trade early. We talked about taking the pre-market break of 17. I think it was yesterday's high, 17.10 out there. So we take that 17.10 break, makes a move to the upside. And look, guys, like this is the thing you have to understand. This 17.10 break, this is why right now I get in a little bit of trouble. Because not much is happening now. With only 15 minutes left, it's an hour show, and then going over to memes and market movers today. You know, look at this. This was right away instantly. These are 1 minute candles. This thing's ripped up like, you know, 25, 20 cents, 30 cents upside here in 1 or 2 minutes. And then it's just sort of been bleeding all the way down. We take our first bid here at 80, and our next bid here, giving us an average price of 71. So, like, for this to go back up, like, I can't even imagine what it's going to take to get this back up to 80. Like, it's just going to just drift all the way up. While here you get some actionable events off the open. So you sort of got to, like, time your trade and, you know, take advantage when you see volume like that. That's why I'm always scalping out as much as I can when we get that initial pop. So we'll watch out for this. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I'm guessing I'll take a piece out. I don't really want to if this breaks back below 60. But if it's going to go to 60, it's probably going to 50. The market today is dead again, man. Down 1.16%. So to sit here and try to defend what's happening on Palantir, I can't really. We're just trying to pick up some good levels. We were super patient, as you can tell by our price. So let's wait to see what does happen here with Palantir. I maybe just get out of the roll. I mean, I'm in roll. Kind of have a decent hedge on right now, right? $1.20 in the money on DraftKings short. $1 in the money short on Roblox. That's not Roblox, sorry. If the market does crash there, then that is something that, well, at least we have some sides there. But yeah, Palantir, wow. Might take out the 60. I may just get out of more here and see what happens, because this is going to fall.
Like, literally the second you finish talking there, like, dogs just broke. I'm like, you can't do this. I can't make this. I was about to talk about GameStop, and then the second you finish, dogs broke that 350 level. I tried to get it short, was able to fire out there and get partially filled on the break of 350, but I did not get all of it close. And I'm going to still sit on the bid in front of 380, but that's crazy. Like, it just finally broke that level. I think now could be a little bit of a capitulation below here. If it holds that 350 for good, I think this one could be possibly done for the day. Alibaba doesn't seem to want to, look, the market's cracking down here, so I'm not in a rush to get out of it, but as it consolidate, drops, after this consolidation, if it makes another push down and I don't get filled in front of 130, I don't mind jumping up into the 150s and taking a buck on the first leg of the trade. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel my order, play this one by ear if it tends to go down here, and then just hang on to it, because the market looks like we're headed for another southbound day. It was GME that I was about to talk about. the only good thing I can say here, because I don't know why I'm not shorted at some point today, but when it's a failed break, and look, I talked about trying to want to avoid the failed break and get out of it before the open, just take the win on the breakout on momentum. Again, it does the reversal, and then where it was the breakout, which is at 158, it then fails that price at 945, right? And that's a short setup here. You're short here at like 155, 156 with a couple of dollars worth of risk, and you can kind of see what's happening with the rest of this trade. I just said that about Alibaba, and then pretty much immediately, I flip right back to it on Baba, it comes right into that dollar range. So it goes to 130.50. Get out quickly for the buck there. We'll do this for Baba. It never really went to the top that I wanted to fade. Like a firm went to the high that I liked, so we shorted it. This time we actually had to wait for the trend to revert, break down. It also happened, the market broke the low. Let's be realistic about this, right? Like when this broke the level, the market also broke the low, which is going to help this trade tremendously. So sometimes you have to get a little bit lucky as well. Play the level, get lucky that the market helped out. Now I'm looking at that bottom here at 129, and we'll have this one break in VWAP, and then going possibly, I shouldn't count my eggs before they're hatched.
That's right.
That's right. Now I'm second guessing that phrase every time I say it, Sean.
I know.
So 129 is that bottom. We can get a couple of bucks at 250 out of it. We'll be happy to take Alibaba. It's still up on the day, 3% by the way. That Munger bound still holding up for it. Although my long and long term that hasn't been helped tremendously by it. I am out. Let's do some quick math. 16%. 16.6 repeating approximately.
Okay, that's not bad. We did, again, one last chance here on Ford. So there it is. We said we would wait for this level to come through. You can see what our average price is now, 11. So we're in the money now on Ford. Hopefully this can go back up to the upside here as we've been playing this one today. Pretty aggressive with it. So let's see here on Ford. Hopefully it can go back up to the upside. And this might be a stock that we can hold, hopefully, for a little bit. I'm not trying to get all the way, back even to where we were at 30s. Like if we can take this, we're long now on Ford at 11. So if I can get this into the 20s and take some out, that's worth it for me at this stage. And then an update, someone said, yeah, egos kill accounts. Yeah, you're 100% right, they do, man. And that's why, like, when we get a little bump up here in Palantir, we get out. When we notice that the market just keeps on cracking, we get out more there. So we are lowering our risk here on Alibaba, on Palantir. But wow, guys, right now, what is this? Chickens. There we go, a little spicy meatball here. As look what we're doing right now for you. DraftKings, $1.50 in the money. Talked about this trade, given to you. Hopefully that's the case there for you. And then hopefully you're on this one with me as well. Look at this Roblox trade. $2 now in the money on Roblox. And again, thank you to the chat. Hook that up. We analyzed this together. We talked about it. So there it is, man, Roblox. And again, you tell me if there's another YouTube channel that does this kind of stuff, puts the trade on, and then watches this thing fall down to oblivion. You tell me if you can find one, let alone find someone that has somebody as handsome as Brendan Wickens on it. So let's throw over to the big haircut he got, right now. Look at him. Look at this GQ guy. You're not going to see this. He's got his hand in his pocket. This guy's big pimping right over there. He's looking sharp every day.
Even
shaves every day.
Even on a Friday.
Remember that one day that he had like a little bit of stubble and it was because he lost his razor. It was in packing there. But that doesn't happen often to Brendan Wickens, the man, the myth, the legend. Kill him with kindness, my friend.
How do I even follow that up? Thank you, Sean. Let's go to currency land. Yeah, tough day for the U.S. dollar here, down 0.4 after that jobs report. Bit of a miss, to say the least, for the U.S. dollar. So a lot of these things going to be sharply higher today. 0.4 for the euro, 0.4 for the Canadian dollar, 0.3 for the British pound there. Back to the upside again today. Everything else relatively unchanged. I left Bitcoin at the bottom here, 5% on the day. We're coming into 40,000 as we speak here. So heads up on all you crypto watchers here. This is 40,000, that last little consolidation or pullback after this initial back to the upside. But important levels, to say the least, here after that jobs report. Back to the downside for Bitcoin as well, guys. Back.
Like, there's a line, it's really good. Don't contradict for their hat. There's literally a whip chicken. I'm sure that's for why did the chicken cross the border. I have no idea why we have that, but I'm going to use it every time now that I say don't contradict for their hash. I was asked by, I think it was Omar in the chat, about what's the next level down for a stop on dogs after that 315. Look, I have a bid here at about 315. You're going to see this. It's the pre-market high. Look, it's on really, really low volume, and that's about 315. It just so happens where I'm bidding in front. I just tend to think it's around there the halt price. The first halt is 308, and then $3. So that channel, 3 to 315, you'll see I'll get out in front of it because that's probably the next level of support. I'm just guessing here by using the key levels. Like the halt price upside here ends up holding around that 350. It's a 47 halt, and it holds the even dollar above it. So by that theory, maybe it does the same thing. It's 307 here. Maybe it holds the level above 310, 315. That's all you're going off. So you're making best guess based off of key levels. So in a halt stock, it's usually halt prices and then round numbers that coincide with it. Baba, still in New York. It just held 130 at the bottom. The market tried to bounce there, and it held 130 at the bottom. I still like the 129 low. I feel like I'm with the momentum. I almost need to see the market reverse itself and want to not take this out, around that 129. Either I get that 129 and get a couple of bucks out of this and make it 250, or the market has to retake that low, like 15.6 on the Nasdaq gets reclaimed, like 40 to 46. 70 on the ES, something like that. Otherwise, I think I'm holding on to my target on Baba. Brennan?
We're talking about some potential weakness in retail names today. I just saw Home Depot here. I mean, it's maybe due for a bit of a pullback, but 2% to the downside here. Day lows as we speak as well. Volume a little suspect, but grinding lower, I guess.
That's a good time.
Grinding. Okay, so right now DraftKings, 26.50. We're gonna get out. If this retraces all the way back up, we have $1.50 in the money, so we'll take $1.20. If it grinds back up here to 26.50, so if that comes through, we will get out of that one. And then, as per usual, there we go. Right back up to the upside goes Palantir. So that was well worth it here. We'll take another piece, man. Why not? Why not? Let's take some more 61s. You can see we're long 58. We put on a trade right there at 50. We talked about that. That was going to be our stop level. So we take a bid at 51. It goes against us 2 pennies, so we don't get out of that one. And then when it blows to the upside, man, honestly, we are very lucky. By the skin of our teeth, we're getting this Palantir basically to a level where we're not even down on the day on this name. So Palantir rate, we're still down right now, but if this can get into the 70s, then it's a positive trade for us on Palantir. So yeah, fingers crossed on that one, guys, right now. Should have got out on Roblox when that was Tank City, but the market was going down. I kind of liked it as a hedge. So now that I see Roblox, yeah, probably a break of 84, and we're going to get out of this one. So we'll just, again, a good trade, man. If we could take $1 on Roblox, we should do that. So that's going to be 84 flat. If that comes out, we'll take it. Remember, we are already super long on Palantir. So if that wants to go up the market, and not only Palantir, check out our boy Ford right now, as that's going back up to the upside as well. So Ford right now nicely back to 23. Put an offer there. See if we can get filled on Ford down there. And then AMC, we took another bid in the 80s. Again, we're waiting for 50s. That came very close to filling us down. Actually, I put a bid at 62. That went there and stopped at us again. So we should have reloaded down there again on that name. But so far, so good here. Ford, did we get that Ford out, by the way? 23s, yep. So we just got some 23s out on Ford now. So good little long off that bottom. We talked about putting on a position there. So yeah, I mean, look, it's been a big day. It's funny because the day's almost over here, and I'm ending the day. The show, sorry, the day for us. We're back at 2, of course, but Trader Pride's gonna be coming through, and I'm gonna end the day pretty much at my highest spot. So really, really lucky to survive a lot of this trading today.
How can it feel this wrong? From this moment, how can it feel this wrong? at each other's lonely nights, be each other's paradise. Need a picture for my frame, someone to share my ring. Tell me what you wanna drink, I tell you what I got in mind. Oh, I don't know your name, but I feel that's gonna change. You ain't gonna be my lover, for you to call me baby. Never been about no pressure, ain't that serious. Can we keep each other company? Oh, company. Maybe we can be each other's company. Oh, company. It ain't about the complications, I'm all about the elevation. We can keep it going up. Oh, don't miss out on us. Just wanna have a conversation. Forget about the obligations. Maybe we can stay in touch. All that ain't doing much. You ain't gonna be my lover, for you to call me baby. Never been about no pressure, ain't that serious. Can we keep each other company? Oh, company. Maybe we can be each other's company. Oh, company. Can we keep each other's company? Oh, company. Tell me what you really like, baby, I can take my time. We don't ever have to fight, just take it step by step. I can see it in your eyes, 'cause they never tell me lies. I can feel that body shake, the heat between your legs. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run, I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, baby. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, baby. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, baby. I feel it coming, I feel it coming. You are not the single type, but baby, it's the perfect time. I'm just trying to get you high and faded off this love. You don't need a lonely night, baby, I can make it right. You just got to let me try to give you what you want. How many I told you and start overs and shoulders have you cried on before? How many promises, just be honest, girl? How many tears you let hit the floor? How many pack your bags just to take them back? Tell me that. How many either or, but no more. If you let me inside of your world, there'd be one less lonely girl. I saw so many pretty faces. Now all I see is you. I'm coming for you. Don't need these other pretty faces like I need you. And when you're mine in the world, there's gonna be one less lonely girl. One less lonely girl. One less lonely girl. One less lonely girl. There's gonna be one less lonely girl. I'm gonna put you first. I'll show you what you're worth if you let me inside of your world. Christmas was in Mary, 14th of February. Not one of them was spent with you. How many dinner dates and dinner plates, and he didn't even touch his food? How many torn photographs saw you taping back? Tell me that couldn't see an open door, but no more. If you let me inside of your world, there'll be one less lonely girl. I saw so many pretty faces. Now all I see is you. I'm coming for you. Don't need other pretty faces like I need you. And when you're mine in the world, there's gonna be one less lonely girl. One less lonely girl. One less lonely girl. One less lonely girl. There's gonna be one less lonely girl. I'm gonna put you first. I'll show you what you're worth if you let me inside of your world. There's gonna be one less lonely girl. I can fix up your broken heart. I can give you a brand new start. I can make you believe. I just wanna set one girl free to fall. Free to fall, fall in love with me. One less lonely girl. One less lonely girl. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. One less lonely girl. One less lonely girl. If you let me inside of your world, there's gonna be one less lonely girl.
It was way past midnight, and she still couldn't fall asleep. This night, her dream was leaving. She tried so hard to keep, and with the new day's dawning, she felt it drift away. Not only for a cruise, not only for a day.
she couldn't wait another day for the captain of her heart. As the day came up, she made a stop. She stopped waiting for another day for the captain of her heart. And with the new days dawning, she felt it drift away. Not only for a cruise, not only for a day. Too long ago, too long apart, she couldn't wait another day for the captain of her heart. As the day came up, she made a stop. She stopped waiting for another day for the captain of her heart. Her heart. Her heart. The captain of her heart. As the day came up, she made a stop. She stopped waiting another day for the captain of her heart. The captain of her heart. Captain of her heart. Cry, come to me and cry. I know, it's not easy. Your heart is aching, but so is mine. But so is mine. How can I tell you why? For so long I've been thinking. Now I know I can live a lie. Can live a lie. They say true love lasts forever. If we want it, there will be waiting a second chance, baby. But now we need time to learn, time to understand. 'Cause we were wrong, 'cause I feel so strong. We were cruising for bruising, my baby. A second chance, baby. But now we need time to learn, time to understand. 'Cause we were wrong, 'cause I feel so strong. We were cruising for bruising. Go, I'ma let you go. Don't stop, 'cause it's better now when I still love you. Don't say goodbye, don't say goodbye. They say true love lasts forever. If we want it, there will be waiting a second chance, baby. But now we need time to learn, time to understand.
kill her. I had to put her 6 feet under, and I can still hear her complain. I used to love her, but I had to kill her. I used to love her, but I had to kill her. I knew I'd miss her, so I had to keep her. She's buried right in my backyard. I used to love her, but I had to kill her. I used to love her, but I had to kill her. I had to put her 6 feet under, and I can still hear her complain. 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 For your love, when I think about those nights in Montreal, I get the sweetest thoughts of you and me. Memories of love above the city lights. I try so hard to take it, but oh Lord, my heart would make it. I just wanna stop and say what I feel about you, babe. I just wanna stop and never wanna leave without you, babe. I just gotta stop for your love. When I think about the way the world must turn, I get the saddest thoughts of you and me. Memories of life and time goes on and on. I try hard to forget it, but oh Lord, my heart would make it. I just wanna stop and say